Welcome to Middays with Marks on 97.5, The Fanatic. I am your host, John Marks. Thank you for listening. Thank you for viewing, for watching. Whether it's on 97.5 FM, WPEN, Burlington, Philadelphia, on the Fanatic app worldwide. If you haven't downloaded the Fanatic app, what are you thinking? Poor judgment on you. Watching live on YouTube or whenever. You can watch on demand on YouTube. Just make sure you subscribe to 97.5 The Fanatic, and you can listen wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Middays with Marks and leave you a nice 5-star review. We appreciate that. As we say good morning to Mr. Ray Dunn. Hello, Raymond.
Morning, Johnny. How are you?
How you doing?
I'm great.
All right. Sean Brace, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Sean Brace was on a 3-day bender.
I know I look like it. How do I sound?
You sound like it.
Okay, yeah.
That's good, though.
I feel like a hot dog right now.
And when we say bender, I'm not talking about you drinking. You were just
out.
Well, some of it. Yeah, you were out.
Yeah.
You were at the games last night.
Oh, yeah. We were front and center last night.
We'll break that down. Big tournament.
Like I said, I just feel like a hot dog, like a big ballpark Frank.
You said you were bloated.
I'm bloated right now.
All right.
Like that basketball. You see that basketball that was freaking everybody out on CBS?
I did.
That's exactly what I feel
That
like.
is Sean, yes. I agree. All right. So Phillies opening day coming up. We'll be live at Maggie's on the waterfront for our opening day broadcast. So check us out later this week. But Chris Sanchez signs the extension. We will get to that in a second. But I thought about this. Remember Rob Thompson? Do you have it, Ray? Remember Rob Thompson said the following. He was in his office, and he has been defiant that the team is just running it back and the team hasn't made enough moves. And he has been front and center because Dave Dombrowski doesn't speak all the time. So he just says, we have a good club. But Rob Thompson has been defiant and that his team isn't good enough. Now, here's Rob Thompson a couple weeks ago talking about his club.
We can't forget that we won 96 games last year, and we got a really good club. And we're going to turn over probably 20 to 25% of our roster, and that's not including having Duran for the entire year. But I like the improvements we've made to our bullpen. We got a new right fielder. We're going to inject hopefully some youth into our team with the Crawfords of the world and the Painters of the world, and Otto Kemp. Miller's not far away, and I'm really excited about it. I'm more excited about it this year than I was last year because I think we're better this year on this day this year than we were on the same day a year ago.
So most people heard those comments and they said, what, Sean? Come on, Topper. What are you talking about? You're better this year than you were last year. That's crazy talk. But as I sit here at 10:03 Monday morning, the week of the Phillies 2026 season beginning, the last spring training game today down in Clearwater, I actually agree with him. As crazy as that is to say, as long as Zach Wheeler is able to come back on schedule, we think he's going to be back in early May, and he's the Zach Wheeler of himself, of the old Zach Wheeler that we saw pre-injury. As long as you have that, I think he's right. I really do. This roster is better than last year. Last year, you didn't have Duran heading into the season. You had a bunch of question marks in the bullpen. They might have and we'll see what happens if this is on paper, but they certainly have the strongest bullpen they've had in a really long time and one of the strongest bullpens in the league. Their starting pitching staff, Chris Sanchez, Luzardo, Nola, Andrew Painter, Taijuan Walker, and then Zach Wheeler when he comes back, you actually have a sixth starter that you can use in lieu of injury. And then your lineup's pretty much the same, which I think a lot of people would argue, all right, well, that's not good enough. But you do have Justin Crawford, who I'm really excited about. And is Garcia a net positive over Castellanos? If you include the defense, I think he is.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one. Garcia, I think, will be a move in the right direction versus Casti. Definitely defensive, like we pointed out as well. But I would say my big concern is it's another year. It's another year where Trey Turner batted, we know what he did last year. He won the award, highest average in the National League. Is he going to be able to repeat that?
How many times do we talk about him winning the batting title?
Not often. Not often. A matter of fact, he's on the cover of the media guide. Remember, I was like, he's an award winner. It took a little second for the light bulb to go off. That's right. I would also say Bryce Harper, a year older. Are you going to get the same production from Schwarber that you did last year? I don't think.
Not likely.
Exactly. So these are the things that are going through my mind that actually sway me a little bit to say that last year's lineup was better. But the potential is there. You could see it easily that this team could come out there and win 90-plus games. And it would be led by the bullpen, of course, in the starting rotation if it's able to find its form once Wheeler comes back. Right now, I know everyone's up in the air. How is Nola the number 2 starter? We were talking about it on Saturday. Easy. We got to see how this plays out. They'll be able to tweak that once Wheeler comes back. But this lineup could be a year older, and I think that would push me to say that they're not as good as last year, just at this point in time.
All right, so let's just talk about the everyday lineup. Did you expect more or less from JT Realmuto this year, offensively?
He came on middle of the season and was able to finish strong as far as offensively is concerned.
I think the same.
Yeah, I think that's the fair way of looking at it. But if you're making me make a wager on, I'll take the under. I would go the other way.
Really?
Just a tad.
But not much.
Yeah.
All right. Ray, do this exercise with us. So JT about the same, maybe a little less, maybe a little bit more offensively?
Less.
A lot less?
I mean, I don't know what a lot less looks like.
Well,
but
230 with 4 home runs and 41 RBIs.
If he had single-digit home runs, I wouldn't be shocked.
Last year, JT was 257 with 12 home runs and 52 RBIs.
If that dropped off to like 10 and 240, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I think it's similar. Bryce Harper.
You got to bet on him.
I'm betting on Bryce Harper.
Yeah,
sure.
I'm betting
on a more productive year.
I would expect him to have a better year.
Ray?
Yeah, more productive.
Stotty.
Actually came on a little bit, too, last year.
I would say similar to maybe a little bit better. I don't want to go crazy.
He changed his approach. Was working with Kevin Long, you know. I'm buying into that story.
I've heard the Bryson Stott buying in story before, but I'm going to say a little bit better, about the same.
Sure.
Which is, for your 7-hitter, is fine. Ray?
Same.
All right. Bohm? Same? Maybe a little bit better?
About the same.
All right. Trey Turner? About the same?
Sure.
Brandon Marsh? About the same? Crawford in center field. Remember, Bader came on after the All-Star break.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got injured. But I think Crawford is an upgrade in center field. His on-base percentage, his approach at the plate, he's going to get on base, and he's going to set the table for the Turner, Harper, Schwarber.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean to kick a man while he's suspended 80 games, but the bar wasn't exactly set high.
Agreed.
That's fair.
Agreed. So I think it's a pretty significant up. Garcia over Castellanos.
Yeah.
You know my feelings.
Locked out.
I think defensively he's better. Offensively, I don't think. I mean, I'm not going to say he's going to be better because he hasn't proven that. More power, all right, a little bit more power, but I think about the same. And then Schwarber would almost be impossible to hit 56 home runs and have the year he did last year. But not that he can't be productive and have 100. He led the league in RBIs last year, Kyle Schwarber. So overall, when you look at the lineup, I get it. It's not, you're not looking at it and being like, wow, the lineup's really better than last year. The bullpen's significantly better, and they have one of the best starting rotations in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Their lineup's not worse. Is their lineup worse?
No, it's definitely not worse. It's just, like I said, another year added on has me concerned. And, it's really easy for us to sit here as fans and hope with the bias that this team is going to play better than what they were last year, but could very well take a step back to the fact of getting a year older. 89.5 is the total as far as wins are concerned right now, John.
That's a shoebox bet.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
I'm bringing the Mikey Miss shoebox bet back. Where's the Bet Parks app? I'm going on there right now.
89.5 is the number I'm seeing right here, right now. Fangraphs, if you're a big Fangraph guy, that would worry you. 86 wins they have the Phillies slotted to win.
Wow. With the starting rotation, they'll win 90 games. Just with the starting rotation. Now, if they've injuries, okay, well, that's how that.
Yeah.
You don't hit 88 games or 87 games.
Fangraphs projection, 2026 Phillies, 87-75, third in the NL East, second in L wildcard. Third in the East.
All right.
That's bad. That's trouble.
Ray, better than last year, this roster?
You said it this morning, and my initial instinct was to tell you to kick rocks and stop being so damn positive about a team that I feel kind of mad about right now. But you got me in that early season fever, and you got to feel like this team's better. Just knowing the questions you had going into last season, it's a better outfield. Is that a high bar?
No.
No.
Still the weakness of the team.
The bullpen. You have a closer this year that you feel really good about. And the lineup is kind of the same. Do I think they're all dropping off the cliff yet? Save the catcher? No.
But you know what I like about the lineup? Doesn't it feel like they know what the lineup is? They're not moving Stott up. He's hitting 7.
Yep.
I think it's going to be Stott, Real Muto, and Crawford. Right? Crawford hitting 9 isn't a Rojas type hole. It's an actual player that has an approach at the plate. Garcia. If Garcia has a big year, that can almost change everything. But like Garcia, I kind of look at Castellanos, which is when Garcia wows you, which is going to be. He's going to hit tape measure home runs, and Sean's going to be all excited. Oh,
yeah.
Because you took the over on 80 home runs?
80.5 on the over. First half only.
So did Ray.
T-Mac liked that one. Well, right now, people are saying that this lineup that they're putting out there today could potentially be the lineup for the season. They got Real Muto hitting 8th.
Interesting. All right, so coming up, more about this. I see we already have phone calls, and also on the text line, Sean Brace, you can send the voice memo text or the regular text message, 610-632-0975. That gets through to the phone line, the text line, the voice line, 610-632-0975. Chris Sanchez gets his contract extended and reworked. What does that mean? And the opening day roster, all of that. And do you believe the Phillies actually do or could have a better roster heading out of spring training than last season? It's Middays and Marks, 97.5.
Got something to say about
All right, we're back. Middays with Marks, Sean Brace, Ray Dunn. Get to the Sanchez contract coming up in a second. Nice long segment right here. An unprecedented contract, Sean Brace.
How about it?
How about that, as Ray once said. So we're going to start instituting some because the Twitter polls I felt like had become watered down with sports radio, and that I'm not talking about any show in particular on any station really. But you know what? Sometimes you like to get the pulse of the people, Ray. And, a lot of times people are seeing it without context of what you're talking about. And they're like, but
always.
We asked the question of, is this roster going into the season with the Phillies, is it a better roster than last year? Rob Thompson made that case a couple weeks ago. A lot of people scoffed at him, I think including me. And then now you kind of look at it, and it's like, well, how would it be worse? Other than, Sean, you bring up a good thing with the age. Does JT take a step back? I mean, Schwarber cannot have the same season he had last year.
No.
Right? That would be really tough. His over-under on home runs, remember what it is? 41 and a half.
41.
Which is crazy to think.
That's trouble if he does not hit the over.
Oh, yeah. Well, it probably means injury.
Yeah.
Or just – but –
Or a bad season to a point. Like, if he hits 30-plus bombs, can you say that's a bad season? I guess
what's his
not.
batting average?
Yeah.
If it's 190 with 35 home runs, I wouldn't say it's great.
Exactly.
Right?
I mean, what else is he here to do, though?
Well,
What is you do here?
Driving runs.
You hit bombs.
Hit bombs.
Yeah, that's kind of his thing.
No, agreed, because he doesn't play the field.
Harper can have sub 30, and it could still be a solid season for him. Not elite, but it could be a solid season for him.
So what does the poll say so far? And then we're going to take Alex's phone call here. But what's the Twitter poll? It's at 975 middays.
Are the Phillies better heading into this season compared to the start of last season? 43% of the vote saying yes, meaning 57% of the vote says no, they are not.
That's an easy no because they're still mad about the way last season ended. They didn't make many changes with the core, but
Well, I heard Ray say that in the previous segment, that he's still mad at this team.
Well, one of those things where you ask the question, it's like, yeah, I could see your argument, but like, is it substantially better enough to the point where I'm going to be throwing a parade that I feel better about this team going into the season than I do from last season?
so you're realistic in what you think the team is, which is a strong playoff team that it could.
Right.
But you wanted to see, all right, we're going out and getting this player, which makes us significantly better.
Right. You've got me on Monday of the opening week of the season where I'm debating on liquidating all my assets to make sure I could be there Thursday and Saturday. Like, you got me in the corner here. I know what you got me doing here. Like, the bullpen, of course, I can make the argument it's better. The lineup, look at that outfield. I don't have to deal with Castellanos this season. Oh, I'm sorry to offend the people like Casti out there. Like, I can see the vision of you saying it's better. Is it better to the point where I'm going to be feeling better about this team and the ultimate end prize? Probably not. But I have to agree with you in saying it's better.
We have a good club.
They have a good club.
Crawford is going to surprise a lot of people. He's going to be a darling. This kid's going to be good and young.
Yeah, he's out there fielding really well. I know that was like a question mark for some going from left to center, but he looked really good in the game that I was able to catch over the weekend.
Yeah. All right. So let's hear from Dave Dombrowski. Then we'll take a phone call or two. Dave Dombrowski was talking about the roster again. I think because Dombrowski, like Rob Thompson, did a really good job of defending his club and not letting people because
we got a really good club.
The narrative was that they're running it back. They didn't win last year. The guys are a year older. Like the problem with the team in the playoffs, and it's true, has been timely hitting. And that was my biggest thing with bringing JT back is you really haven't improved the lineup. But here's Dave Dombrowski talking about the roster.
There's technicalities on it, so it gets to be a little complicated with technicalities. But we have talked to him that Marchand will make the club as the backup catcher. He knows he's not going to make the club. We will continue to talk to clubs to see if somebody has major league interest in him until Wednesday, which is when our opening day roster has to be filed the 25th. So we'll keep talking to him at that point. If we do not come up with a deal at that time,
I'm playing a
assignment.
Cut about Stubbs. And I think that's where we're going to.
Well, Stubbs.
He's going to be in AAA or on a different team.
Yeah,
all right, like I could have wrapped that conversation up right there. I mean, we did hear Dave say club, which is always fun.
About 6 times in a matter of 20 seconds.
Let's go to Alex in Bethlehem. Alex, go ahead, man. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. I'm like Dave. I'm excited about this club. I think we have a good club, and
We have a good club.
Exactly right. And look, I was disappointed to lose Harrison Bader, but I'm really excited to see what we have with Justin Crawford. And I don't care too much what he does at the plate, although that's important, but I want to see what he does in center field and on the base path.
Yeah, there's not really a lot of pressure on him other than, hey, man, get on base. When your turn comes up in the lineup, get a hit, move the runner along. And nothing that he's done in the minors would tell you he's going to do anything otherwise. Not that he's going to hit 330 in the majors in his rookie season or anything like that, but I'm excited. Like once you get over that they lost last year and they didn't make significant changes and they lost out on Bo Bichette, when you actually look at this team, it's a really good club. as somebody has once has said before.
We got a really good club.
All right. So I'm excited.
I agree, Johnny Marks. And if you look at the pitching side of this, I think our rotation is going to be, top 5 in baseball. And here's my main point. I'm getting excited about the bullpen, an area that I was concerned about. But like Brad Keller, for example, a career mediocre starting pitcher, moves to a bullpen role with the Chicago Cubs. And he had a fantastic year last year, looking at the numbers. And he came into spring in the WBC. He still looks pretty electric. Brad Keller's the guy I'm looking at. And, Alvarado, Bolin, and then Duran, I think, is going to be the best closer in baseball, guys.
I appreciate it, Alex. Thank you. Yeah, and Keller could also be, oh, my God, that's the guy they signed. Like, damn, that's a miss. Everybody talks about, like, that's a really, really good signing by the Phillies. Everybody from the WBC was saying that, Ray. I know. Who was it that was raving about him?
I forget who was raving about it, but you're right. The bullpen right now, just kind of like the Stott conversation, has hit kind of a fever pitch of like, this thing is so great and it's a can't miss thing that it has me a little like pump the brakes on it. It's a good bullpen. They've got a good club. They've got a good bullpen. But I feel like we've gone to the extreme of like, this is locked down. This is incredible.
Absolutely.
Let's put them out there first. Let's get out there. I like Duran a lot. I'm very confident in him.
You're not going overboard.
I'm not going overboard.
I am.
I just like the fact that we got guys that are in roles, right? 8th inning, 9th inning, we know what's happening. And by the way,
point.
Duran, like easily the best closer since Harper's been here, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So it's a huge plus. Like, I'm with you, Ray. I'm very cautious. Also to Justin Crawford, like, man, I can't wait to see him out there. Don't get me wrong, but I also don't want to handle him. And you got to be realistic because he is a rookie. You don't want to make things impossible for him in year one. But we're talking about a high draft pick. This guy was destined for this opportunity. So why not put some expectations on his shoulders? Other than, hey, put the ball in play, steal a couple bags, play good defense. As somebody joined us a couple weeks ago and said that. They're not looking for him to do much. I think it was maybe Scott Lauber down in Clearwater. But maybe,
Well, he doesn't have to carry the team.
Yeah.
But can he be a guy that's like, damn, Crawford's really good? He'll play his entire season this year at 22. When you look at what he did last year at AAA, at 21 years old playing in AAA, that's really young. And he batted .334 at AAA at age 21. Now, what a lot of people will say is, well, is that going to translate to the majors? Because he hits a lot of ground balls. In the majors, you have better fielders. You have better pitchers. Those ground balls will be outs and they won't be hits. Okay, we'll see. He also, when you look at it, 46 stolen bases last year at Lehigh Valley. The year before that, combined a couple different stops, he batted .313, had 42 home runs. So you get him on base. Now you have Trey Turner, Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber coming up. Now the pitcher's worried about him stealing bases. This is actually the perfect 9 hitter.
Yeah.
And you have Stott and JT as your 7 and 8. You had said that the roles in the bullpen are now known.
Yeah.
It's so true. Same thing with the lineup. Isn't everything pretty much set right now? You know where they're batting, you know what they are, you know what they're going to do. Same thing with the bullpen.
Yeah, unless they tweak some things from, to change it up, and I don't see why they would do if they're having success.
Right.
So you're right.
All right, Chris Sanchez, that came down yesterday, gets a brand new contract, sort of. Mm-hmm. All right, because you have to kind of look. I don't know, like you have to dive kind of deep to see exactly what it is. So Chris Sanchez, we've talked about it a lot on the show and on the podcast and the YouTube show Philly Baseball Talk. But Chris Sanchez signed a contract for $22.5 million in June 2024, which has him making $3.5 this year, $6.5 next year, $9.5 in 2028. And then the Phillies had club options of $15 million in 2029 and a club option of $16 million in 2030. So what the Phillies have done is guaranteed those club options because they have a good club. But the club options are now guaranteed, and then they tacked on 2 additional years on top of that are guaranteed for $60 million total. So $30 million guaranteed in 3031 and $30 million guaranteed in 3032, right? So nothing's really changed other than these club options that they were, unless there was going to be injury, they were going to pick up. They're now guaranteed. So the big problem is that I don't think it's local, But people around baseball, in particular the baseball reporters, Jim Bowden, who used to be a GM, now he does stuff on multiple different platforms, including SiriusXM, had said that, like, what are they doing? This sets the precedent for a player going to the team and saying, hey, I've been much better than the contract I signed. I want more money. I want this guaranteed. No, you got to give me additional years. No, give it to me now. That's essentially what they've done to Sanchez is they ripped up a portion of his contract and guaranteed him money. So it's very, I mean, I don't care because Sanchez is unbelievable.
I get it from Bowden's mind where he's talking from the general manager, and that's what teams are going to be having to deal with because this sets precedent. But I would say, like, it's got to be different for pitchers, right? Like, I get, maybe you're not talking about this type of money for some other players out there, whatever, but pitchers just to have peace of mind for a guy like Sanchez, who, oh, by the way, had success last year, runner-up, Cy Young, so he deserves it. But, that contract was really light that he signed in 24.
Too light.
Yeah, and he comes in, and it's like, man, that's got to be in the back of his mind. So now you free him up. That's taken care of. I think it was a huge plus for the Phillies, a great move by the Phillies. But I understand that it would raise some eyebrows across the league.
Well, yeah, there's how many teams are there in baseball, Ray? 30?
30 of them.
Yeah, there's 29 GMs and owners that are saying, what the bleep?
Is this done because of we continue to hear that this is going to be a strike and there's going to be no season and doomsday is on the horizon, which very well could be the case. Does this have anything to do with that?
It didn't seem like it.
Just get it done, get it handled before you go into that lockout?
I think you had said it. It was so the team won big time that it was almost insulting to him not to try to do something, right? Luzardo's signs a $135 million contract. Sanchez is a better pitcher than Luzardo.
That too, yeah.
Noel's making $25 million a year until 2030.
That too, yeah.
Andrew Painter's young. He's under contract. Wheeler's making $42 million this year and next year. And then Chris Sanchez is making $3.5 million. I mean, honestly, I think here's what happened. They wanted to reward him. Luzardo making that money, they wanted to say, Sanchez, listen, like, we won, you signed this contract, we won. You lost, we won. Look at the money you're making, we won. And they wanted to reward him, but you know what, that player option, you can't extend them with the player options. You have the player, you can't do an extension with a player option not a player option, a team option. You can't extend them because it's a team option.
Yeah.
They're essentially picking up the team options now by guaranteeing it and then extending them past that. They just like normally you have to wait until that year to exercise the team option. They just guaranteed it. So they wanted to extend him and give him more money because he deserves it, but they can't do that without picking up the option. But they can't pick up the option because it's only 2026, and the options are in the future. So, I mean, Ray, tell me if you agree with that. I just think they wanted to show him, hey, you've done everything right. You're a hard worker. We want to reward you for it.
Yeah, a little bit of, hey, man, we really got you there. And let's just take care of you. The only thing I will say to what Sean had to say about the strike and everything coming up with baseball, the one thing that sticks out is what will happen if there is a salary cap. Like if they end up getting this contract in there, you see how many big-time contracts they've been able to lock into the future pre-cap era. I don't know how Major League Baseball is going to normalize that for everyone. It's almost like, hey, spend your money now because that's baseball's job to figure out how to, like, you already signed these contracts. These contracts aren't going anywhere. It's baseball's job to figure out how to stay competitive there. So maybe getting ahead of that potential salary cap is a good thing for them. I don't know. That's the only thing that came to my mind when it came to the strike.
Interesting.
There is no way that they're going to be able to put a salary cap in.
I would agree.
How? Like, how do you get there? Maybe next time.
Expansion?
Next work.
80 more jobs?
I just... Who's signing off on it? From a player? There's not one player that's going to go, yeah, that okay.
It's more about the floor than the cap, right? Like that's what people in the media and some players will say is that if you raise the floor, then that's going to mean more money being put out there for player salaries.
Right.
When you get these loser franchises like the Pirates and some other teams that just are making money based on revenue sharing and things like that, what do they care? They can put out a losing product and they're making money. Why would they spend more money?
Yeah.
So you have to solve that. It doesn't seem like I can tell you this: they're going to strike.
Yeah, that's definitely seems like it's going to happen.
We will have,
or we'll be locked out.
We will have a lockout.
It'll be this year. It'll be December of this year, correct?
We're going to spend. Yeah, we're going to spend. It's going to be. They should be in spring training right now. We were going to go down. We didn't get that. Then it's going to be the start of the regular season, which isn't going to happen, and we're going to complain. Baseball always does this. They did this. They did this during COVID. They could have been the first sport back. They didn't do it because they were fighting over money. Ray, this is always going to happen.
What if Clearwater Middays with March.
I like that.
Middays with Marks.
In March.
Baseball Beach Classic.
Let's do it.
We take a ton of people down. We just do our own spring training.
It's not a bad idea.
Put it in an email.
We'll bank that show sheet and that entire plan for
it's like
coming up.
fantasy camp.
And Herb from Northeast Philly drives a bus down with everybody on it.
And then he umps all the games.
I'll tell you what, I might need a ride to Florida next week. I'm going on vacation next Monday. And, I'm a little nervous about what's taking place in the lines down there at Philly International. Might have to have Herb drive us down to Florida.
Don't worry, they have reinforcements coming
Okay.
to the ICE agents are supposed to to look at
I turned my head for 4 days to just consume nothing but college basketball. I feel like a ballpark Frank right now. And all of a sudden, all hell's breaking loose down at Philly International.
All right, so check this rotation out. Here's really what I'm focused on with Chris Sanchez. And by the way, is Chris Sanchez going to give money back if he blows out his elbow?
No, nor should he.
Right.
Yeah.
But the Phillies just guaranteed all his money, and they didn't have to either. That's what I'm saying. Like, it goes both ways.
Definitely does.
That they're really doing him a solid. The problem for baseball is that this hasn't been done before. Jim Salsbury's coming up at 11 o'clock, now back with NBC Sports Philadelphia.
How about that?
My guy. So Jim's coming up at 11 o'clock to discuss all of this. Jesus Luzardo signed for 5 years after this year. So his extension doesn't kick in until 2027. He signed long-term. Painter's under contract till 2031. Nola, this isn't the great selling point. He's under contract till 2030, and Wheeler signed till 2027. So they're set, man. They're set. If your top three of your rotation, if you believe Andrew Painter's going to be the guy, and the more you think about it and you look at what he did in spring training, you're sure hoping so.
He got a good club. They really do. You can see it, and if you believe in it, then this is a team that absolutely will compete for the NL East again.
Let's go to Greg in Bethlehem. Greg, good morning. How are you?
Morning, guys.
Hey.
I been talking about the Phillies and different personnel moves and things, and I feel a whole lot better about the Phillies today than I did a year ago today. I mean, last year, I didn't know about the bullpen, and we still needed a right-handed bat. And although we never really got the right-handed bat nailed down, I don't have any problems. I'm happy with the bullpen. So I got to be more positive this year than last year, don't I?
Well, I think what someone would say is what happened last year in the playoffs is the reason that I don't feel as confident. And it really has less to do with the season, and it has more to do with how the season will end. They did win 96 games last year. I know that's been said by Rob Thompson and Dave Dombrowski before, but they did win 96 games last year, right? So
We have a good club.
That's pretty impressive. That's a big-time number to get to.
it is. And maybe the division's better this year. Maybe it's not, as Spencer Strider will start the season on the IL. Can we get a tomahawk chop chant on the board every time somebody goes down for the Braves? It's like every week another guy goes down.
Yeah, they need the voodoo doll. That's what they need down there. It seems like that club is cursed right now. And you just have to ask yourself, it's not going to work. When do you just abort mission and start selling some pieces? A lot like the 76ers, but just without the success.
Worse to be the San Francisco 49ers or the Atlanta Braves?
Who would you rather be?
Just the injury luck of those two franchises seems like absurd.
Right. Quarterback, running back.
Everyone goes down.
I mean, it's almost a joke at this point. I'm sure if I looked at the social media of whoever announced this, Braves fans are in there being like, we're doomed. We're cursed.
Yep.
What have we done? Right, with the 76ers and the process, you'll still see people say, like, oh, that's what happens.
That's right.
Well, you mess with the basketball gods, Ray. That's what
did the Braves
happens.
do?
And I believe that, too.
I'm not sure.
We're cursed.
The tomahawk chop.
All right. I'm cool with that.
Ted Turner. It's against him. All right. Greg said he feels better about the Phillies today than he did the same time last season. I do too. About this team, maybe you have less confidence that they can win a World Series based on what we've seen them do in the playoffs the last couple of years. I really think that's where a lot of the sour notes come with the Phillies.
Yeah.
It's just been kind of going backwards since they went to the World Series.
Agreed. And that's where I think a lot of it comes in for all of us. But we should be hyped. You know, there should be a little bit more buzz. I guess maybe coming off of the weekend there isn't, and as we get closer to Thursday there will be. But for me personally, yeah, I think I should be a little bit more positive with this team.
All right, so we have this. Today's the last day of spring training. They break camp after the game today, and then Thursday opening day. We have a starting lineup out for today. Ray, and you had said to me this looks like it's going to be the starting lineup to start the season.
That's the speculation here. Last time we're going to see these guys together until Thursday. Trey Turner leading off, playing shortstop. Your designated hitter, Kyle Schwarber, batting second. Bryce Harper at first base, batting third. Alec Boehm, the cleanup man, at third base. Bryson Stott playing second base, batting fifth. We got Adolis Garcia out in right field. He is batting sixth. Brandon Marsh in left, batting seventh. J.T. Realmuto catching and batting eighth. And Justin Crawford.
All right, so stop batting fifth and not Marsh. Interesting. Now, is this one of these spots where, based on how they're batting, they'll get flipped in the order? Because Marsh isn't a good enough fifth hitter.
No, neither is Stott.
No, right, neither Stott. But Stott's a better hitter than Marsh. At least a better approach at the plate. Do we agree on that?
Mm-hmm. Are they thinking that if they go to that pocket of lefties where that's what really got them in the postseason, that Stott can better manage that? Or they'd feel better about bringing Sosa into the game and him batting there instead of better than Otto Kemp coming in at that point in the game?
I don't think you can hit Sosa fifth.
Well, I don't think you can hit any of these guys fifth.
Oh, you can hit somebody fifth, and his name's Otto Kemp.
Okay.
And I intentionally didn't bring him up earlier because we have some bold Phillies predictions coming up later on in the show. And that'll be my first. That'll be my first Phillies prediction. No, but like Kemp has the pop. Maybe Stott bats fifth, and then you put him seventh, depending on the pitcher. Why is Bryce Harper hitting third? I thought he was hitting second, right? Didn't we agree he was hitting second?
No, I said I thought they were going to go third for him.
I know, but I wanted everybody to agree he should hit second. Sean?
Oh, man. I don't have an issue too much with it. Because, again, I fall into the category of, look, you see what's working. We got a long way to go. I know that doesn't play. We want blood. But let's see what happens with him in the 2 spot. Go from there. Then you can tweak some things.
All right. Coming up, the NCAA tournament. Sean's not coming in here today saying it's the best sports ever, best weekend ever.
It was.
It wasn't.
Front and center for us down in South Philly.
The Cinderella is 11th ranked Texas, which is not a Cinderella, Sean Brace. The tournament, not a great couple days here. We'll discuss that coming up next. Jim Salsbury at 11 o'clock. I need his thoughts on the Phillies doing something that no team has really done before. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks 97.5 The Fanatic. But, listen, we're kicking off the season the right way with our friends at Corona. Our opening day pregame live broadcast coming up Thursday. From Maggie's Waterfront Cafe. We'll be there from 10 to 2. The weather, we looked at the forecast here. Listen, it's going to be warm regardless, right? Come hang out on the river, grab a nice cold Corona, and get in on the fun. $5 Corona Light Draft, $4 Corona Extra bottles, and we're giving away Phillies tickets to a future home game and limited edition 97.5 The Fanatic opening day T-shirts while supplies last. Corona, the official cerveza of Major League Baseball, limes in play ball, must be 21 or older. Please drink responsibly. Again, coming up on Thursday, our live broadcast from Maggie's Waterfront Cafe in Northeast Philly.
No hot takes, no rage bait, just the
Sports Philadelphia coming up at 11 o'clock to discuss.
Can I toss a request in?
Sure.
I mean, Ray, I need a little buzz, man. Can we come back with some like highlights from last year? Is that fair? Can I get a Harper bomb? Can I hear a Schwarber bomb? Can we let's fire this bad boy up?
And it will get us going.
It's opening week.
How about this? All week, that's what we do.
All right.
All week, Ray.
I need some highlights from last year, Ray. We won 96 games, man. I need to feel good.
Here's the pitch.
It's
Swinging a
baseball
long drive
season,
on the
boys.
ghost deck. Out of here. Home run.
I hear they are putting a Ghost Energy drink can in Harry's hand down there as far as the statue is
That's what they should do. Right. We'll talk about that coming up later on. I know people are outraged with the Harry the K's being renamed and rebranded. All right, but listen, you guys, we were at Parks on Friday.
Oh yeah.
And it was awesome. With the Bet Park Sportsbook inside Parks Casino, it was awesome. It was a good broadcast, a lot of energy, place was packed, good games.
They went above and beyond all weekend.
Man, you guys were there on Saturday?
All 4 days, Parks represented. They hook people up. I'm talking just raffles going off 3 and 6 p.m. And as the tournament continues to get, to go on here, they give away more money. They had Iverson jerseys, all the personalities you can think of. From Jimmy Lynam was there on Saturday. Was it yesterday Saturday? Yesterday was Sunday. Sorry. They're all running together right now. But just everybody was there, and it was a great time. Nice work by Parks.
Yep. But the, I watched the games.
All right.
I was watching.
All right.
Eh.
What about now where we're at with some of these matchups? We got some great matchups coming up here.
Part of the thing that makes the tournament unbelievable is having a Cinderella or 2 or 3.
Okay.
A lot of times you're not going to get that in the Final Four. A lot of times you're not even going to get that in the Elite 8. But at least in the Sweet 16, I want to have a team that I know nothing about. Not that I'm very well versed in a lot of the bigger programs, but like a Mount St. Mary's or a Wright State or like whoever. One of our local teams, Penn makes it. It's a good story. You need them to make this tournament work. It can't be a bunch of blue bloods. I'm not talking about in the Final Four. I'm talking about in the Sweet 16.
Sure.
You need that second group of games. They start again on Thursday. I need a Sweet 16er that comes from one of these other. There's not even a mid-major team. Forget about a Cinderella, Ray. Not even a mid-major team. For all the teams you like from the A10, there's not even a mid-major in the tournament. So now you got like the Cinderella's Texas. They're an 11 seed. That's the Cinderella.
St. John's with Rick Pitino.
Yeah, I mean, geez.
That's the darling, though.
The tournament needs that. It needs it. There were some good games and everything else.
Yeah, the games were good. I'm with you from the big picture standpoint as far as Cinderella is concerned. We talked about it on Saturday. Friday night, I think all favorites covered. It was something like 16-0. It was something stupid.
All the favorites won.
They didn't cover?
That UCLA didn't cover on Friday with UCF going back door on the 5.5. There was another one that didn't cover earlier in the day that was kind of brutal for whoever had it. But yeah, 16-0, all favorites winning.
Moneyline 16-way action would have been 33-1 plus 3,300 if you would have placed a Moneyline 16-team parlay on Friday. I'm with you. I think we were spoiled to a point like 2-3 seasons ago when we did have anarchy, right? Like we were seeing St. Peter's knock off Purdue. Like if you go back 2-3 years ago, we did see a lot of action, 14 seeds advancing, so on and so forth. So that's not happening, and normally that does not happen. But to your point, John, you're right. Like if we want to make this as big and as best as possible, you want to see some of those upsets come through, and we didn't get any. We just did not. But then I flip the page on you, and I say, well, how about those matchups yesterday? You get Iowa and Florida. We got Tennessee and Virginia. Like, these are big-time programs in college hoops doing big things. Florida gets knocked off. They're the reigning champion.
That was a good game.
Definitely
a good game. Yep. So
UConn UCLA was a little disappointing. I'm not going to lie about that.
Duke St. John's, Michigan State, UConn. I think Michigan State's favored in that game. I was looking at the lines this morning. Iowa and Nebraska. It feels like a football game more than a Illinois, Houston. Yeah,
Got some great matchups.
If you watch the tournament to see the higher ranked teams and the best teams, this isn't for you this year. It is highly dependent on what the tournament gives you to how special the first weekend is or the tournament is. And it was fine. It's still one of the best sports weekends of the year. It's fun, but it's more about being at the sports book and all the games are going on at once and you're going crazy. But then by Saturday, they don't have 5 games on at the same time because there's less teams. Now there's only 32 and they space them out over 2 days. So really it's the first 2 days that makes it amazing. Saturday was a little bit boring and Sunday was a little bit boring.
Yeah, and again, you're right. The standalone games on Saturday and Sunday are so frustrating. I don't know why they do that. They could just go ahead and spread it out evenly and have us a nice collective, television viewing day. That would be the way I would do it, but they don't. So you're right. Thursday and Friday is the best days. That's why you got to get out there, and it all comes back to me. My favorite thing is this tournament to wager on. I like NFL football. I like wagering on college football. I like fantasy. Don't get me wrong, but this is the lull in the sports wagering calendar for me that I hit because I'm not a big gambler as far as baseball is concerned. I'm not a big hockey guy, all that stuff. So right now is when I'm all in. College hoops, March Madness, doing okay. Had a bad Saturday, had a good Friday. What are you going to do? Mixed it up a little bit yesterday, had some success, but ended up giving it all back due to the 2 games here in Philadelphia. But I had UCLA. UCLA was a tough one last night.
I could make a layup to be great.
I was buying into Mick and the Bruin hype, and a lot of Bruins fans in the building.
I bet.
Freddie Mitchell.
Oh, man.
He's sitting in front of me. FredEx. Hey. Bono was there. Who else was there from UCLA? They had a big...
Chase Utley?
I didn't see him, no.
Probably not.
No.
Well, I don't think he lives here.
You know who else I saw last night? How about the new offensive coordinator for your Philadelphia Eagles?
We got to tease it. That's definitely coming up later.
Hey, now.
We want to hear that story. Yeah, Sean Mannion last night down at the tournament.
Scouted him.
So I nailed my parlay. I had Illinois minus 11.5. I went 11-3. Illinois minus 11.5, and then I took Texas plus 6.5. Nailed it.
Nice.
So and we'll see. And I don't know anything about these teams. It's just that the lines were a lot different between the 11 and the 3. Yeah, Texas is a Cinderella at an 11.
They're on a run.
Yeah, they are.
They're on a run right now. They got the first 4 fever going for them.
They got Purdue coming up in the next round.
Look, those games are going to be great. All those games, St. John's and Duke on a Friday night, Bama, Michigan. Look at that total, 176.5 for a college basketball game. Michigan State, UConn. We know Izzo, Hurley, come on. And Tennessee they're playing some aggressive basketball. Iowa State's dealing with a big-time injury. But Iowa State came back in a big way in that second half yesterday. That's a good team.
All right, coming up, Jim Salsbury, his thoughts, Chris Sanchez contract. And we'll ask him about his thoughts on the team heading into the season from last year. A lot of negative talk with the Phillies during the offseason. I was a part of it, but as we're primed to start the season here, feeling pretty good about the team and a lot more. That's Jim Salsbury coming up next. Plus, what is Tanner McKee worth? We'll get into some Eagles conversation as well after Jim. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Sanchez signs a 6-year deal. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. And it's brought to you by Morgenstern Medical this month at Morgenstern Hair Restoration. They're including free almond head treatment with your procedure. That's $1,000 value free. Call 610-831-HAIR. Visit morgensternhair.com. The 6-year deal is technically a reworked contract that the Phillies worked with Christopher Sanchez and announced yesterday. Now lasts 6 years, has $107 million guaranteed. He'll start opening day on Thursday, and we have an opening day roster for the Phillies as they complete spring training today. We did get a little bit of an update from Dave Dombrowski on Zach Wheeler.
Wheeler's going to start pitching and pitch tomorrow. I don't know how long he's going to be out, but if things continue the way they are, he won't be out for a long, long time.
See if we get an update on Wheeler and all things Phillies coming up next with Jim Salsbury of NBC Sports Philadelphia. The Sixers welcome Jared McCain back to town tonight as a member of the Oklahoma City Thunder. We'll talk to OKC TV analyst Michael Cage coming up at 1 o'clock about the Thunder, the matchup tonight between the 76ers and the Thunder. You can hear that right here on The Fanatic. Last night in South Philly, Tennessee and UConn advanced to the Sweet 16. This update is brought to you by Odoo.com. All your business apps in one place. Running a business hard enough, Odoo makes it easier. One simple, all-in-one platform starts today at Odoo.com. ODOO.com. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union, 97.5 The Fanatic.
shot. It is Young. It is gone. Home run, Bryce Harper.
Yeah, we need more of them this year, Sean Brace.
Let's go. Get the juices going here.
We are back. It is Middays with Marks, John Marks, Sean Brace, Ray Dunn. And the first time we're having him on the program because recently he returned to NBC Sports Philadelphia. But, let's not bury the lead here, Sean Brace. The Phillies show, which has taken the world by storm with Todd Zalecki and Ruben Amaro Jr. It's a three-headed monster with Jim Salsbury. And he joins us right now. Jim Salsbury, NBC Sports Philadelphia. What's up, Jim?
What's up, John? How you guys doing?
Good. Well, you're a digital star now, not just TV. You got your baseball podcast. You're all over the place. How are you?
Yeah, everything's good. Finishing up down here in Clearwater, getting ready to watch Zach Wheeler pitch in a minor league game. He's over there warming up, so everything's good. Looking forward to getting home.
I bet.
And looking forward to Thursday.
All right, so before we talk about Sanchez, what can we expect from Wheeler today? So he's on the backfields, and this is and he's going up against somebody's minor league team or one of their own minor league teams?
Right. It's a intra-squad game.
Okay.
Kind of a camp game. And he's warming up as we speak. He's had a good spring, in terms of building up, coming back from surgery. So I assume we get 2 innings today. And I almost look at it as, in a normal spring, maybe this would be the start of the grapefruit season for him. So I'd say maybe 4 or 5 weeks, but, read and react along the way, depending on how he responds. But, he's in full build-up mode, and now he enters the competition phase. And I don't think they're going to rush him because they still believe the prize is in October, and they want him to have a really good base, good foundation coming back from surgery. And no red flags all spring, so things are good with Wheeler.
Right. It seems like if things continue to progress without any setbacks, and the Phillies are wise not to set a timetable, and they don't have to rush him. But you wouldn't be surprised middle of May he makes his first start?
I would think earlier than that. Just kind of my gut feel. I think 4 or 5 weeks from now, something like that. I could see the end of April being realistic, but, we'll see. I'd be surprised if it was beyond the Kentucky Derby, put it that way. But you never know with these things. You never know. They keep the timetables close to the vest. They want to build them up the right way. And kind of it all hits another gear today.
Jim Salsbury live in Clearwater. All right, Chris Sanchez contract. You've covered baseball a really, really long time. Has it – I don't remember. I was having the conversation about Sanchez because you watch Luzardo get paid. You're watching Aaron Nola make $25 million a year. Meanwhile, Sanchez is outperforming his contract by a far. But in the NBA and Major League Baseball, it's not the NFL. You don't redo contracts. That's your contract. The Phillies have essentially done that, at least with making those club option years actual contract, and it's guaranteed. Have you seen this before in baseball? Is this really an unprecedented move?
I was thinking about that. I don't know that I've seen it per se like this. Obviously Ryan Howard received a big extension when he was still under contract with his initial big contract, which was 18 times 3, and then they went to the $125 million over 5 during that contract. They didn't wait till he was a free agent. They didn't wait till it expired. They got well ahead of it. So they didn't really need to get well ahead of this because he basically signed for 26, 27, and 28 at $18 million. And then there were 2 options that they controlled, that they had say over at 14 and 15. So they basically could have had him for another 5 years under control at about under $50 million. What they did is they added a pair of 30s at the end, and they guaranteed the option. I just think they felt like he outperformed his contract, and they wanted to bring him up to snuff with some of what his rotation mates are making, because he has been the best one of them all, really.
Yep.
Maybe other than Wheeler, but Wheeler didn't stay healthy all of last year. And I just think John Middleton is a guy who values performance. And this guy has performed well, and they wanted to pay him commensurate with his performance. And the two options are kind of simple. And so he'll make $107 million these next 7 years. Starting this year, for the next 7 years, he'll make a total of 107. If you look at that average value, it's under 16 million, which is still, to me, a bargain. It went from being the best contract in baseball to still pretty good for what this guy is giving you. So, you look at Taijuan Walker, he's making 18 million. His AAV is 18 million. Mm-hmm. That's what he's going to make this year. So they're getting the next 7 years of Christopher Sanchez at under 16 million. I'd say that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's still a bargain. What does the rest of baseball think about this? Because once you set the precedent, I can't imagine they're happy that the Phillies took option years and guaranteed them.
Yeah, I'm sure it wrinkled a few brows. I saw Jim Bowden made a comment about it. Dangerous precedent. Now other guys are going to want to be doing it. I'm not sure look, if another team doesn't want to do it, just don't do it. Nobody's putting a gun to your head. It's something the Phillies wanted to do for their guy, and they did it. Nobody's forcing other teams in baseball to do it. But I don't know if there's outrage because, again, every team calls their own shots. But I actually did hear from a guy last night from another team saying, why would they rip up the best contract in baseball? Well, they wanted to do this kid right. They want this kid to feel respected and in his clubhouse, and that's what they did. So you can argue it until the cows come home because they had 5 years left of very cost efficient, and they just spend on a little bit more. I don't think it's going to break them. They believe in this kid. He's a hard worker, and he seems to be an ascending talent. So if I'm fine with it, even though they didn't have to do it. There was no urgency. Like Luzardo, there was some urgency. He's going to be a free agent next winter. 28 years old. You want to kind of try to get it done. So that's the way they went. We'll see. We'll see how it pans out. The big thing with any long-term commitment is health. The guy, I mentioned Ryan Howard. He didn't stay healthy. It looked like a bad contract. This kid stays healthy. Yeah, probably going to be all right.
Jim, let's talk about expectations for Justin Crawford. 17th overall pick, 2022 draft. Obviously, been watching him in the minors. He ripped it up last year at AAA. You've been able to watch him a little bit down there in Clearwater. What should be fair expectations for somebody that maybe will just be tuning in on Thursday and catching Justin Crawford for the first time?
To me, a fair expectation would be for him to stay here all season, for him not to have to go back, for him not to look overmatched at the plate, for him to give you more good at-bats than bad at-bats, understanding there will be some bad at-bats along the way. 22 years old, he's young, he's learning. Coming out of AAA, there's an adjustment, and then you also have to kind of believe you can do it. An expectation, go out and play good center field. He comes in on a ball really well. He's got terrific closing speed to the gaps and coming in. Fun to watch on the bases. Gets the barrel to a lot of balls. He the other day he stroked a triple off kind of a high changeup against Tarek Skubal, and then he struck out. That's maybe the best pitcher in baseball. So,
yep.
We'll see some of that. Some days he'll stroke a triple off somebody. Some days he'll get punched out. As long as he continues to get better and you feel like he comes out of there with a year that he builds on. It's a good lineup to break in with because it's a veteran lineup, and nobody's looking at Justin Crawford to be a savior. They're just looking at him to be a piece of the pie and a guy you come away from this season saying, wow, we got a center fielder for 7 or 8 years here. We got maybe a potential leadoff man down the road. So he'll bat ninth. He's batting ninth today. Kind of their regular, it looks like their opening day lineup. And, just go out there, be yourself, don't press. It's all easier said than done, but kid's got a good track record. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He is not awed by his surroundings. He's kind of always has blinders on, just going about his business. He's not flashy. He's not showy. He's not attention-grabbing. I think there's a lot to like about him, but, time will tell. The ingredients are good now. It's time to throw it all on a plate and see what it looks like.
Yeah. Jim Salsbury, NBC Sports Philadelphia, the Phillies show. Check him out. Writing on TV all the time with his podcast with Zalecki and Ruben Amaro. So you mentioned Justin Crawford. You mentioned the lineup, and that's what most people are saying is that's probably the lineup to start the season. I guess I'm mildly surprised. Maybe this is more wishful thinking. I was hoping Harper was going to bat second. and he batted second in some of the spring training games. And he's back to batting third. Surprised with and Stott's batting fifth too. So you surprised with the order if this does end up being the lineup?
Yes and no. I thought too that there was a pretty good chance Hopper might hit two to get Schwarber behind him and offer a little bit more protection. But then again, this lineup last year, I know it took a lot of heat because of its performance in the postseason, and justifiably so. But they were top 5 offense across in all the major important categories last year in Major League Baseball. So Thompson is going back that way. Baumel hit 4th and Stott 5th today, and I would assume opening day because you go righty-lefty. Stott's really swung it well. Both those guys have swung it well down here this spring. So, I guess a little bit surprised. It's the only spot really where they're backing up lefty-lefty. Maybe at the bottom they are. But, Hopper, in terms of protection, he's got to do it himself more than relying on the guy behind him. And he's basically got to lay off stuff off the plate, which he's talked about this spring, wanting to do more of, taking the walk if they don't put it in the box, and then when it's in the box, don't miss it. Do damage. So he threw out a number the other day that he wanted to walk 140 to 150 times. I mean, that's a lot. That's an astronomical number, but I would say his head is in the right place. Now, if he can, and it's not like you want it to be a walk machine. You want it to be selective. That if they're not going to throw you a strike, go to first base and become a potential run. So we'll see if he can make those adjustments. I think it's really crucial at 33 that he make those adjustments to help himself and the team.
All right, there. Y'all packed, Jim? I know you're leaving tonight, right?
Yeah. I'm all packed. Everything's, the car's gassed up. I'll drop that off and we'll be out of here.
All right, man. We'll see you up at the ballpark. Appreciate it, man. We'll talk to you.
All right. Thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye.
All right, there he is, Jim Salsbury.
Speaking of packing, I was thinking about that last night from the UCLA perspective. Right? They don't go back to a hotel, right? They just get on the bus and fly home?
No, I would imagine they went back to the hotel.
All right.
Because I think about that from the team perspective, the mentality that you're in.
Yeah.
If you bring all your stuff to, I guess since everyone's out of there anyways, because the weekend's over, maybe you do pack up the car and decide to go. I know for us tournament wise, it's always like following the loss. You're back to the hotel, you get your stuff,
and then you go.
Okay.
Or you go the next morning. But I would imagine they were planning to leave today because it was over.
Understood.
Win or loss, you were headed home.
Right, you're right.
So maybe they did leave right after the game. You would hope.
Sampling a bunch of cheesesteaks, John. There's a conversation of cheesesteaks.
Go figure.
Yeah, Mick Cronin.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Dick Girardi sending them shots out. They're boys.
No way.
Yeah, Dick gave him a recommendation.
Joe's Fishtown.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it on Saturday. They got it delivered. You can't get a cheesesteak delivered, though. And
you can.
And the expectations go down a little bit, right?
Sure, it's never going to be as good.
Correct.
Than if you just get it right off. Sure, absolutely. Yeah. But you have to know that.
Yeah.
But who was it that said the best cheesesteak was the one in the Phillies clubhouse? Is that Sabathia?
You hear that a lot.
And Sabathia. Shohei and Sabathia.
You hear that a lot. That cheesesteak is one of the best. I've obviously never had it, but I hear that quite often. I think I read that a lot, that the opposing players love it.
Because my guys from San Diego, that when they came in, and they're like, we want to get that cheese, because they were in the visitors clubhouse, because they're the flagship station down there. They do morning radio. Mm-hmm. So they were like, we want to get one of those cheesesteaks in the visiting clubhouse. And I'm like, why? Let me know how it is.
Yeah,
if
good luck.
Get it. But anyway,
my neighbor growing up makes them.
Huh?
My neighbor growing up makes them in there.
Really?
Now he helps out making them. He's a visiting team bat boy.
Ooh, what's he make? He gets tipped well. That's a good gig.
Yeah, I need details.
Once you get tipped out, it's a good gig.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm sure you go through a little bit there.
All right, what's the poll results on the question we asked about? Rob Thompson said it a couple weeks ago, and we all laughed at him and said that he feels better about the team now than he did the same time last year.
We got a really good club.
What's the poll saying, Ray?
Are the Phillies better heading into this season compared to the start of last season? 53% of the people still saying no.
Oh.
47% saying yes.
People are still sour. They're just sour. That's it.
Agreed.
Of what took place last year.
If you would ask that same question 2 weeks ago, it would have been 30% said yes.
Yeah.
You got us on a good day here.
Yep.
It's Monday.
Oh, I'm in a great Phillies mood today.
I need to get down to the park. Come on.
Yeah, nice 40-degree weather in the rain for the opener. Actually supposed to be a little bit warmer than that.
I was in a good mood until I looked at myself in the mirror and I go, ooh, good grief, dude. What happened?
You sound worse than you look.
Yeah. Oh, no, I just feel it. Like right here. I feel like, what's the cartoon, the droopy dog? I feel like that guy. Yeah, that's what I feel like right now.
All right. Well, there you go. So
brain's working good, though. I'm connecting.
The wires are still.
Yeah, I wasn't jamming last night. It was just late. Yeah, it was late. I went home. Yeah. I didn't go out afterwards.
Went right home?
Went right home.
What time did you get home?
1.
So you were at the you were at the games last night.
Yeah, it was just a long day.
Yeah.
You know, we got down there for 4, watched the close of or the beginning of St. John's, and then we watched the end of the second game, and then walked in, and next thing you know, you're off and running. I brought my iPad into the games last night.
You did?
Yeah, I was watching on the iPad.
You can do that?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It fit right in my back pocket, so I said, all right, might as well take
Do you have Wi-Fi built into the iPad? You're not working off the...
No, yeah, you connect to the guest down there at the Xfinity Mobile Arena.
A lot of times I don't even get... Like, I can't even send text messages.
Yeah, I was watching the game. People were around me, over the shoulder.
Did you have it before the Jumbotron did?
That's a good... It was like right around there because they would do live cut-ins on top. Not often enough, though, for my liking.
No, they need to do it more.
Yeah, see, that's the issue. So we're watching the game. I pull out the iPad. I was ready to go. I was prepared.
So you were watching the game on the iPad, the game that was...
I was watching the game, Tennessee, Virginia, but on the iPad had the other games that were going.
So you're watching the other games.
Correct.
It's like watching Red Zone on an iPad while you're watching the game.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah, it's March Madness. Let's go. I got action everywhere.
Oh, man.
I got the St. John's final before the arena did. So I was ready to watch everyone else react to what happened. It was pretty great.
Yeah, man. We had a couple of those yesterday. Good one yesterday.
All right. Ray, do we have enough time to do this here, or is it at this point? So there was a story that was put out there was it the ESPN reporter for the Jets, who in a podcast talked about, because the Jets acquired Geno Smith, and in the podcast he was talking about there were some other young quarterbacks that they were like Mac Jones was one of them. Who was the other guy that he mentioned? Right, it was another younger, like, not that Mac Jones is super duper young, but it's also a guy that
Davis Mills,
who looked good with Houston at the end of last year.
Yep,
and Tanner McKee, and he had said the price tag on those guys, or Tanner McKee, was a second-round draft pick, which I think makes sense.
Yep.
How he's hoping to get a second-round draft pick. Ultimately, he probably would settle for a third at this point, or maybe not. But it's been out there that Tanner McKee is available, and then they trade for Andy Dalton. So it's like, okay, this makes a lot of sense. Andy Dalton is the backup. You trade Tanner McKee. If you don't trade Tanner McKee, you still have – he's not making any money. So it's like you still have 3 good quarterbacks. It's a good problem to have, right? They could trade Andy Dalton in training camp if they wanted to, if that was the case. I still lean that Tanner McKee gets traded probably for a third-round draft pick. But it is interesting they were trying to get a second-round draft pick for him.
Yeah, look, and those names being tossed out there, at least I know a little bit more about those guys versus Tanner McKee. But if the price is the price, it doesn't surprise me. Second-round pick, that would be something that would be, that they could get back in return, especially Howie. Quarterbacks, we know at the premium position as far as NFL. I don't know. I'm okay with moving off of Tanner McKee. I know that's a soft spot for a lot of people in their hearts when it comes to everyone was building him up. This is the guy you got to keep around.
Yeah, but he looked bad, so now nobody.
Oh
would
yeah,
care.
The people are still saying that nobody played in that game, and it's not fair to judge him off of that game.
No, he looked terrible.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm riding with you on that one.
No, he was rattled. He wasn't processing because he wasn't under pressure in the games that he had played before. He had a cleaner pocket. He didn't have a clean pocket, so you can see that. Hey, look what happens. Defenses make adjustments. They get in your face. And he's not as good. I don't really think it means it one way or another. I didn't think he was a star quarterback before. I don't know if I think he's a star quarterback now, even after the game. He's worth a third-round draft pick to see. He's not under contract past this season, so his value's limited.
That's a big deal.
If he was under contract for 2 more years or another year, you can make the case, okay, he's an inexpensive backup. He's not. There's a reason why the Eagles want to trade him. Does the third-round draft pick get it done? It would for me.
Would for me, too, as well.
That's for sure. And if it's And I had saw that Zach Berman wrote about it as far as a possible trade. 2027, he said, keep an eye out for a 2027 pick if something happens. So, in other words, a team may say, all right, we'll give you a draft pick next year. We're not doing it this year, which I'd be totally fine with.
Yeah, look, Mac Jones, really, I would take a flyer on him before anybody. And I can't believe I'm saying that because I was not a Mac Jones guy. But
Davis Mills looked really good last year.
He did too as well. You're right. Definitely in front of Tanner McKee.
I agree with you. Yeah. No, I totally agree with you. But then again, Mills didn't look good a stint before that as well, right? So who knows? Ray, you think they do it for a third?
Yeah. Day 2. Can't be day 3. Has to be day 2.
2027.
Yeah, probably.
All right. You think he's gone?
No.
You don't think he's gone?
I don't think they're going to get it. Who's going to send that to them at this point?
Cardinals? I don't know. I mean, there's teams out there. I don't know if they like him.
Right. Like, I don't know. Is it one of those things that
Pittsburgh?
Do you have to be really, really, like, desiring Tanner McKee at this point to give up that day 2 pick for him? Is there a team that's just dying to have Tanner McKee? Or is there a team that's like, it'd be cool to give Tanner McKee a shot?
But isn't that a third-round pick? Cost-effective backup, a guy that you can put in there, and it's like, wow, this guy's really good. Then you sign him to an extension that's not a big-time extension. We'll talk about it coming up. Also, weekend recap with Sean Brace. We may need 3 segments to do this.
Oh, it's all madness, too. Just in case.
All right.
Yeah.
Weekend recap with Sean Brace.
Including one that had the timeline buzzing. Oh, I know. We got to get a little taken from our guy, Kevin Willard, here with Villanova.
That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
6 years for Sanchez. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update, and it's brought to you by True Green. True Green, the easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Don't wait. Sign up at TrueGreen.com by April 7th to get 6 weeks free. Let the pros do the work so you can enjoy your weekend. Restrictions apply. See site for details. The Phillies reworked Christopher Sanchez's contract. He now has $107 million guaranteed. He'll start opening day on Thursday for the Phillies, and we have an opening day roster for the Phillies. Does not include one Zach Wheeler. He's still working his way back, throwing today in a minor league game. We just spoke with Jim Salsbury of NBC Sports Philadelphia, gave a timeline on the Aces' potential return.
Just kind of my gut feel. I think 4 or 5 weeks from now, something like that. I could see the end of April being realistic, but, we'll see. I'd be surprised if it was beyond the Kentucky Derby, put it that way.
You can listen to that full conversation with Jim Salsbury on our website or the Fanatic app. Sixers welcome Jared McCain back to town tonight as a member of the Oklahoma City Thunder. That game at 7 o'clock. You can listen to it right here on the Fanatic. We're going to talk to Oklahoma City TV analyst Michael Cage coming up at 1 o'clock about McCain's impact on the Thunder. And last night in South Philly, both Tennessee and UConn advanced to the Sweet 16. This update is brought to you by Mattress Firm. Having trouble sleeping? Visit Mattress Firm during the Upgrade Your Sleep sale. Their sleep experts will help you find your perfect bed. They make sleep easy. I'm Ray Down, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
base hit. The Phillies are going to at least tie this game. Now they're going to wave Turner home. Sosa is safe at second. It's a 2-run double. And opening day has come alive.
Tom McCarthy was opening day?
Hey now.
I don't even remember.
It was technically a home opener.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I vaguely, in fact, I don't even vaguely remember it.
I believe they opened in D.C. last year against the Nationals.
Yeah, when the weather's actually supposed to be, they're calling for a chance of rain, but I think it's supposed to be almost 70 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like 70 degrees, which is great. Because is there anything worse than going to one of these games and it's 45 degrees and cold? Yeah, 71 degrees with a chance of showers on Thursday, at least according to the iPhone forecast, Sean.
Yeah, give me some warm weather, baby. I need it.
It was nice this weekend.
It was, yeah, to get out there on Saturday. A lot of things to be done for a lot of people out there, unlike yours truly over here, where I was just belly up, front and center, screens. This is why I went out and bought that 85-inch, John, for quad box, for days like Saturday, Friday, Thursday, Sunday. Unbelievable.
Bang.
How long did you stay at Parks?
I was there till about, because those games, once it ended, I think like 5:30, I hit the road.
On Saturday?
Yeah. So we did some work there and didn't go home Saturday night. No, I had to go out there.
So you went right from Parks somewhere else?
Yeah, I had to get the pulse of the city.
Did your son Lane forget who you are? Like you went to hug him and he's like, ah!
On Sunday morning, I had to make sure my kids knew exactly who I was and what I looked like. Make sure they still remembered.
Remember, I'm dead. Well, this should be an interesting weekend recap of show. Oh, my God.
Let's go. All right. This is for all the negative Nancy's out there saying that this tournament is not paying off. Well, we had some madness this weekend. Buzzer beaters, final second shots, some upsets, but really not to everybody's pleasing. However, let's focus on what took place as far as the ending of the games. And we opened up yesterday with St. John's and Kansas. 3.9 seconds left. The score is tied. Number 5 seed St. John's with the ball. And Patino looking to a darling who had no business holding a Johnny's fate in his hands.
This is going to be Darling. He's got to go. Darling puts it up. St. John's is going to the Sweet 16.
Bang! First time St. John's going to the Sweet 16 since 1999. How about that? That was surprising to see. Patino, again, I love the reaction. We talked about Jay Wright with the bang. So calm, collected. Same thing with Patino.
Patino, yeah.
Yeah, same thing. Great game, though. 67-65 was your final score. As I said, St. John's now rolling on into the Sweet 16 with a matchup against Duke on Friday. Right now, Duke, 6.5-point favorites. Next up, let's go to Saturday night. This one was awesome. Nebraska and Vanderbilt. Does that wet your whistle? Well, how about a 72-72 score? And the Nebraska player, Sanford, drives the lane, goes up, hits the layup with 2.2 seconds left. Now, you would think, like, okay, that's all you need. No, not so fast. Vandy gets the inbounds pass, and with a heave, this thing goes in and out, and everybody's mouth was on the floor. I thought this thing fell. Here's how it sounded.
A.K.O. Cherokee with nobody from Nebraska in front of him, ready to inbound. Into Tanner from three-quarter court. The heave, the prayer. He almost banked it in. Oh, my. Off the window, off the front of the rim, and it popped out. No good. And we have Husker madness in Oklahoma City.
74-72 final score. Iowa rolls on. We talked a little bit about that matchup. Iowa-Nebraska. That sounds like a football game.
Yep.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun one Thursday. That's the first game. No, excuse me. That's a second game. 7:30 on Thursday. Currently, Nebraska 1.5-point favorites. It reminded me of the Butler National Championship game against Duke. Remember that heave? Ball went in. Who was it? I forget who it was for Butler. It was
the general manager.
Or no, excuse me, I forget.
Stevens was the coach.
Anyways, Butler heaves it up. I forget the kid's name now. And it went in and off the back of the iron and pops out. So anyways, we roll on. Number 2 on the list here. Let's go to Iowa. And this was from yesterday. This was a buzzer beater with 4.5 seconds left. Iowa has the rock. Florida decides to press. Now, they were getting back into the game and having success pressing, but a lot of people are skeptical of that decision, and at the end of the day, it cost them.
It's Condon to Lee, sprints across, he's the shooter. Lee driving to the cup underneath, straight to the lane, can't get a shot, and Iowa wins! A Sunshine State stunner! Iowa bounces Florida in Tampa, 73-72! The reigning champion Gators are gone! The 1 is done in the South, and the 9 is on to Sweet 16!
It's a great call.
That's right. 9th seeded Hawkeyes into the Sweet 16, also for the first time since 1999. A 9-1 reigning champion gets knocked out. Is that good enough for you people out there? No.
The Sunshine State stunner.
Love it.
Was that spur of the moment, Ray, or was that something you have written down?
Feels like something you'd have written down. Like you realize Florida's about to go down, and you've got like, oh, this is going to go good, but it was so clean. It wasn't even forced.
No, the whole
great
call was really clean.
1 is done.
Yep.
Damn.
No, everything worked.
There's envy there. That was really good.
Yeah.
All right, last one. We go to Friday. Villanova ends up coming up small in the second half, 10-point lead in the second half. And Kevin Willard, head coach of Villanova, man, he's looking for answers during an in-game timeout. And he's looking at his staff, John Marks, and jokingly said that he would fire his staff. Let's have a listen.
Coach, 16 paid points for Utah State. How do you keep them out?
I'm going to fire my staff because we've...
Not now.
Yeah, I am, because we've given up 8 points on underneath that bounds defense. So the only thing I'm going to do is fire them and get a new staff.
All right, go do that now. Bye, Coach. Kevin, we're losing people by the second.
Well played. Lauren Shahady on
She
the
did a good job with it.
It's funny. It was stupid. It wasn't that funny, but it was a joke, right? Like, ha 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 ha.
Right.
Gonna fire everybody. Anyways, they ended up losing the game. Tough break for Nova. As I said, 10-point lead in the second. They hit a bunch of three-pointers more than Utah State. That's a game that they should have won. So I think Kevin Willard's getting off the hook a little bit with the disappointing loss and the way it shook out. But at the end of the day, man, people were taking this way too far.
Yeah, people didn't get the sarcasm font on for a lot of people this weekend. Cam Scatabo also, I'm sure we'll play that later, got into some trouble with. Right away, I listened to it. I'm like, well, he's obviously kidding. He's not saying that about CTE. The problem is, you don't joke around about CTE, and the problem with, and I have no problem, like Willard said what he said. He was trying to be funny. He was trying to be sarcastic. We don't really know him all that well yet, right? Like, he seems like he's crazy. He was good with us the other day. We like him.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah, it was weird. It was dumb.
Yeah, it was weird, but I'm not going to kill him for it.
I just think he's making a mockery of the in-game question, right? Like he doesn't already. He strikes me as a guy that's not a fan of the in-game interview.
Like, hey, I got to.
Yeah, I'm going to go fire my coaching staff.
Yeah, which is also like, okay, then you make a lot of money, Coach Willard. Maybe you should treat that with respect because you're getting paid because you're in the tournament and she's getting paid because she's the reporter that has to ask the questions.
Yeah.
I mean, I just thought it was weird. Not a lot of people. I mean, when's the last time a coach said something like that where, like, I don't know. I mean, people that were like, wait, he's going to fire his staff. It's like he's clearly kidding.
And people wanted him to be fired.
Oh, they want him fired. Lack of accountability, Coach.
I saw CBS Sports. They did like a good 15-minute chunk on it post-game. You had all those games to talk about, and they spent like 10, 15 minutes on that.
Well, that's on Willard for saying it. That's why you don't say it. I don't blame. It's going to create the talk. Don't do it.
Yeah.
But also, like, he was clearly kidding. It's just.
I never thought once that he was serious. I just was like,
it was weird. The whole thing was weird, dude. All right, coming up, we have Phillies prediction. Phillies bold prediction. The first of our 4 leading up to the opening day. First of 4 Phillies bold predictions for the season coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. All right, let's talk about hair for a second. My hair for a second with my people over at Morgenstern Hair. The hair team over there has the most experience of any place you're going to go. Any practice, any hair team, whatever. Over 30 years of experience when it comes to hair, and that's why you know the results are real. Most experience, most success. That's Morgenstern Hair. So if you're talking about a hair transplant. That's what I had. But I also have maintenance to where if you're saying, hey, I don't know if I want a hair transplant, if you're starting to go bald, and this is where all stages of hair loss get involved. If you're starting to go bald, if you're not liking the thinning or what direction you're headed in with your hair, Morgenstern Hair. They have something for you. I get asked all the time, who did my hair? The team at Morgenstern Hair Restoration. They're the team I still go to, and they're the team for you. Call them today. You can remember their number. It's pretty easy. 610-831-HAIR. All stages of hair. If you want your hair back, you don't want to lose any more hair. 610-831-HAIR or the website, morgensternhair.com. That's Morgan with an E, morgensternhair.com.
Strikes out, the throw down, not in time.
Wow, that was close. Rob wants to take a look. What drama.
Philadelphia's challenging the safe call at second base.
Oh, my God. I think he's out.
On the field's overturned. Runner's out.
Wow.
Game over. And the Dodgers are unbeaten no more.
All right. What is that? Why am I blanking?
That was from the division round.
Which game?
No, JT, early in the season. JT, remember the Dodgers? It was like, they were going to lose a game. They came to Philly. JT.
That was Apple
throw 'em out.
broadcast.
Yeah.
I don't.
That's
my bad that I don't. It's somewhat concerning. I don't remember any of these things.
Because I was like, who the hell are the announcers? That's what it was.
Yeah, the great Apple broadcast. All right,
I do like their cameras, though.
Yeah,
the technology they have is the best.
So did you see who is a part of is it the Netflix coverage, Ray, of baseball?
Oh, yes.
Jameis Winston will be a part of the studio show.
He's a star, man.
Jameis Winston, I was going back and watching some of his baseball highlights. Man,
He's a pitcher.
And a right fielder. Wow. He had to throw in right field from pretty deep in right field on a line to home plate and and third base.
Was he ever drafted?
I don't think he was. He didn't.
Oh, no, he was. Was drafted in the 15th round in the 2012 MLB draft, Texas Rangers out of high school.
Out of high school, okay. I was thinking out of college it wouldn't make sense.
No. You knew he was going to be a pretty good quarterback.
Right.
He's had a hell of a career, man, and his star is shining brighter than ever. He's got a good sense of humor, good connection, man of faith, funny, good looking.
Is he a man of faith?
I think, isn't that when he preaches? Lord! Yeah, because when he threw the pick sixes, he goes, Lord, please deliver me from throwing these pick sixes.
He's funny, for
Talk
sure.
to the Lord.
I'll be, I think it's, of all the things they're doing with that Netflix thing, what else were they doing that I didn't like? What else did they have in the coverage? I forget.
Oh, Bert Kreischer.
Yeah, like all right, dude. Like, I'm a baseball fan. I don't need him. He's going to have his shirt off, and like you can like Bert Kreischer all you want.
I only drink 9 beers and eat 9 hot dogs.
I have no interest. Jameis Winston, because he actually is a baseball guy. The football baseball player that played football, like Deshaun loves baseball. If you want Deshaun to open up, start talking to him about playing baseball.
Really?
His dad was a baseball first guy. His dad's from Pittsburgh, so his dad was a Willie Stargell Pirates fan back in the 70s. And you want to get Deshaun to start smiling and get off his guard, start talking about baseball. He'll tell you, I'd be the best defensive center fielder out there. Imagine him playing center field.
Well, I think if we're realistic about baseball coverage, you could use a little jolt, little kick in the behind, right? Bring in Jameis.
Why not? Dude's entertaining. As long as he's following the league. I don't need him not knowing what the hell's going on.
You want to break down the Phils?
I don't know if he can. I don't know how much he actually knows.
It's a good club.
He may say they have a good club.
It's Bryce Harper elite
club.
If we can get Jameis Winston to say they have a good club, we'll be set.
There you go.
We got a really good club.
Yep. All right. So every day we're giving a bold Phillies prediction for the 2026 season. Correct, Ray Dunn?
That's right.
We lead it off today, and I'm going to lead you off with mine.
Okay.
And it involves Otto Kemp. Now, I Googled Otto Kemp projections for 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Not the same projections as I had, Sean Brace, but I guess the good point, the best point of the whole thing is that how does he get more than 250 to 300 at bats this year? It's going to be tough. If Marsh typically is like 400, right around 400, if he's a platoon outfielder. So I don't know how Kemp's going to get more than 250 at bats on the season. But with that being said, Otto Kemp absolutely is hitting 15 home runs. And his batting average may hover around 250, but he's going to give you pop off the bench and as a guy in that platoon in left field. And who knows, maybe he plays a little bit infield as well. But I think Otto Kemp, as a more than part-time player, 15 home runs, Ray Dunn. Taking the over or under?
Under.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's you give me minus money on that one. That's 12, 13 home runs as a platoon guy. Hey, him and Marsh combined for 20 home runs. They combined for like 270. That's a serviceable left fielder right there if you just combine the two of them. I'm not so worried about the pop for Otto Kemp. I'm just worried that there's a fly ball to left field that's going to end up costing the Phillies a game here or there because he's not quite a left fielder. But, hey, if he can out-hit what his struggles in the field are, that'd be great.
Well, I'm in the zone, auto zone. So, there you go.
I like it. I'll go second.
All right.
And, look, I don't think, again, this is a bold prediction, right? And I don't think that people are going to disagree with me. I think we're all going to be on the same page.
Then it must not be bold.
But when it comes to the odds, they're not favored. And there are some, up until the recent news with Spencer Strider, you could have made a case that the Atlanta Braves were probably neck and neck with the Phillies as far as the odds are concerned. I'm going division, John. Back to back, belly to belly. Phillies win the NL East. Put another banner, another pennant out there in center field. Plus 180. Again, Mets are plus 150, so they're favored to win the division. You know, like you're running it back for a lot of people. I still think that this team could potentially be better. You're older for a lot of players. We'll see what happens there. But plus 180, my bold prediction, Phillies win the division. Back to back.
Bold, Ray?
They've done it 2 years in a row.
But they're not the favorite.
They're not the favorite.
Not
Correct.
the favorites.
Not the favorite.
Correct.
I'd be willing to leave this to the audience to decide, bold or not.
So Phillies winning the division is not a bold prediction. I think that's pretty bold.
I would say bold is they have the most wins in the National League.
Yeah, and that's wrong, too. That's a bad prediction.
Well, it's bold.
Yeah, like you can go 90-plus here, getting back to the 90-win mark. I don't know.
610-632-0975. Is it a bold prediction or not?
I'm going with the Phillies winning the division. Yes, they're not favored, plus 180. That's a bold prediction.
The Marlins making the playoffs is a bold prediction.
Phillies winning the division is not bold for you people?
No,
Come on.
it's not. It's not. It's okay. It's only day one, Sean.
Yeah,
We'll get you there.
we got 3 more bold
I'm
predictions
trying
to
to
go.
cash. I'm trying to get people some winning tickets here, plus 180. Good money.
All right, Ray.
All right, Jean Duran sets a new franchise record for saves in a season.
What's the number?
what?
45 is the record. Last year, there were only 2 relievers that got over 40. We've only seen a Phillies reliever get 40 saves 5 times throughout the long history of the Philadelphia Phillies. Duran, if you take his end of the season, extrapolate it through an entire season, he would have been on pace for 50 saves as a Philadelphia Philly. They said he's the closer to open up the season. He's going to be in that role. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't be in that role. If they use him the way they did down the stretch last year, he will get ample opportunities. Plus, if we all feel like we're a little down on this lineup, that they're not going to be this crazy run-producing team and that the strength of this team is going to be its pitching, they're going to be playing in close games, this guy sets the franchise record for saves of the
It's
season.
a great point. A lot of 5-3 games, a lot of 4-1 games. He gets a save. Yep, and they're going to use him. And there's no. And the other thing, there's nobody else. So that's awesome, right? That's good.
That is a good one.
Yeah. Can you bet that?
I don't know, but we should be able to. You guys got contacts over there at Parks Casino?
I'm going to Bet Parks app right now to see.
See, like, I was just going to give you another one, and I'll save it for tomorrow, but you're going to come at me. If the division isn't good enough, then how are you going to say that this one's going to be
were you going to tell me that the Dodgers will be over 500 next year?
I was going to say Christopher Sanchez wins the Cy Young.
I think that's bold.
That would be bold.
He's
that's bold.
third. He's plus 800, only behind Yamamoto and Skeens.
Yeah, Skeens feels like a perennial.
He was
Cy Young.
runner-up.
I did the show in August last year. Like, I think we should start the Chris Sanchez Cy Young thing after it was like a shaky Skeens start, and then Skeens just continued to be Paul Skeens.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I like that bold prediction.
All right, I'll save it for
dump that
tomorrow.
audio.
I'll save it for tomorrow.
All right, so listen, we got a lot coming up here, including Harry the K's, the big
story from the weekend,
controversy from the weekend.
Yeah.
We got actually a lot to talk about, but the news at noon leads us off in the next segment with a new open.
Ooh.
So if you're looking for it, there's a brand new open for news at noon. So stay tuned for that. With Ray, we have Dan Hurley, Cam Scatterbo, and some madness.
Love the madness.
That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
New deal for Sanchez. I'm Ray done with this Fanatic Sports Update. Brought to you by Uber Eats. Philly, you hungry? Good thing Uber Eats has a great deal waiting for you at Coco's Cookies and Creamery. From now until March 31st, get a buy one, get one free deal on a milkshake. All on the Uber Eats app. Order now only on Uber Eats. Terms apply. See app for details. Phillies reworked the contract of Christopher Sanchez, who now has $107 million guaranteed. He will be the opening day starter for your Philadelphia Phillies this season. We have an opening day roster. It does not include Zach Wheeler, but we spoke earlier to NBC Sports Philadelphia's Jim Salsbury, who gave an idea of a timeline for Wheeler.
Just kind of my gut feel. I think 4 or 5 weeks from now, something like that. I could see the end of April being realistic, but, we'll see. I'd be surprised if it was beyond the Kentucky Derby, put it that way.
You can hear the entire conversation with Salsbury on our website or the Fanatic app. Sixers welcome Jared McCain back to town as a member of the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight at 7 o'clock. You catch the game right here on the Fanatic. We will talk to Thunder TV analyst Michael Cage coming up at 1 o'clock. And last night in South Philly, Tennessee and UConn advancing to the Sweet 16. This update's also brought to you by the Hartford Auto Insurance. Drivers 50 and over can count on the Hartford Auto Insurance for protection that brings peace of mind. The Hartford, your protection is their passion. Provided by the Hartford Insurance Group Incorporated. I'm Ray Down your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 for the Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
How about this? Kyle Schwarber hits one out toward the scoreboard in right center field. It's gone into the first row. He greets Jose Ferrer.
One thing I do remember, Kyle Schwarber 4 home run game, right? That was last year, right?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice work.
Wow. Nice work by Schwarber. 41 and a half home runs over under. When I saw that number, it's like, man, because what's everybody going to bet?
Yeah, over.
Over.
That
seems too easy.
You have to ask yourself from an odds maker perspective. Yeah, when do you start getting pushback? When do people start taking the under? Not at 41.
No, you just don't bet it. There's no way I'm taking the under in college. Like it's 30 at the break.
Yeah, like you just said, he can literally hit 4 in a game.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute. So I think that is a good bet to take the over on that one.
Yeah, we talked to Jim Salsbury earlier. The lineup that's out today, Bryce Harper's hitting third. And even Jim, I said to Jim, I thought he was going to bat second, and Jim was even a little bit surprised that he's hitting third, if indeed this is the opening day lineup. You think it came down to Bryce wants to bat third? I do, Ray.
Yeah, I could get down with that too. Yeah.
Of course it did.
It's his world.
We can all pretend like it's not Bryce's team. It's Bryce's team.
It's his team.
If he wanted to hit 7, they'd find a way to justify it to us.
Yep.
He's got the 13-year contract. He's got $330 million, and we have yet to hear publicly that he's annoyed that someone else got a contract extension with more guaranteed money.
Yep.
If he wants to hit third, we all stay quiet.
That's a good point.
Purple spikes, coming at us.
I agree with you. I think he's like, nah, I want to hit third. All right.
It's fine.
That's fine. Don't complain about your protection behind you then, Bryce.
That's the problem with him complaining. That's my biggest issue with him complaining.
He was just bitching about the protection.
Yeah.
All right. Well, have Schwarber hit behind you then.
And he really, really did himself a favor with that home run in the World Baseball Classic after all that. He talked about having Aaron Judge hit behind him. Didn't work out too well for Judge either, but
agreed.
We do have some news coming out of Clearwater right now with Zach Wheeler's pitching, and Bryce Harper stopped by to watch.
Really?
Yeah, Lachlan Marsh put that out there, and she's what? The Inquirer Athletic. She's Inquirer. There you go. Yeah, she put a picture out. So Harper stopping by to see Zach Wheeler on the bump, getting some tosses in from the sim game.
Jim Salsbury told us last hour that he wouldn't be surprised if Wheeler was back end of April. How about that?
Let's go.
Incredible. 29 pitches today for Zach Wheeler.
Is he done?
Simulate game. Yes,
Okay.
I believe that's it.
Oh, all right. We'll update you on that as well. We've been checking the Davis Honda text line. Fuel the Davis difference at Davis Honda in Burlington. And the 12 o'clock hour brought to you by Service First HVAC, offering 0% financing for 48 months. Rebates and tax credits up to $4,300 when purchasing a heating and cooling system. Learn more, ServiceFirstHVAC.com. With a new open, here's the news at noon. It doesn't matter what comes in the world of sports. The news at noon with Ray Dunn. Bad Athlete Podcast, angry college coaches, innocuous and random topics. The news at noon with Ray Dunn. The news at noon with Ray Dunn. The news at noon with Ray Dunn.
Wow.
Where that came from, Ray, I don't know, but it did.
Nice work by you, sir. Is that the Mentos? Fresh?
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, Mentos.
Wow. The fresh maker.
See, you needed a little bit of a lead in. It goes do 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 ba 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 ba, and then it goes. It doesn't matter what comes in the life with Mentos fresh and full of life.
So good. Nice work by you.
All right, you all right?
Yeah.
That was good.
All right, we're going to start, instead of an angry college coach, we're going to have a too honest college player. We played on Friday the Duke reaction to playing Siena. This is on the other end of things, a team that won one-handedly and won because of the way they felt about their opponent. Iowa State bouncing Kentucky, and it wasn't even close by the end of it. And this is Nate Heisey from Iowa State basically saying we knew we could break their will, and we did.
And I think that's something that we kind of identified before the game, even the potential for them to do that. And the way that we just turned them over and played our defense to where it didn't look like they could do anything else. I think when you get them to that point, it's like, let's just be done. I think that's their mindset. So it was good to get them to that point.
Going in with the idea, if you're physical with them in the second half, you play good defense, they'll quit. I don't want to say fireable offense for Mark Pope. But you got to feel like Kentucky's spending the entire state GDP on that roster.
Right.
They don't get out of the opening weekend. And Iowa State sitting on the other side like, yeah, we knew they'd quit if we played them tough.
Yeah, Kentucky, I think I heard someone say this morning, $22 million pay. Well, I'll just call it a payroll because that's what it is right now.
Yeah, sure.
And there's people screaming and yelling down there, hey, you need more NIL money. You need a deeper team. I mean, geez.
And they were lucky to get the first-round victory against Santa Clara.
Yep.
If Herb Sindak, give him the timeout, dang it. He's calling it. Give him the timeout. They win that game.
He was calling it.
Yeah, it should have been a timeout. It was ridiculous by the refs. Kind of important.
Kind of.
Yeah.
So are we saying that they have a
deep team
or not?
No. They're in trouble.
That's a shame.
Yeah, you can't be Kentucky and having opponents, especially Iowa State. Dude, they were down big in that first half. You closed your eyes. It was halftime. And I think they were trailing by a point.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they blew the doors off them, 82-63.
Yeah, it's crazy. Iowa State was one of the top teams all year long. Not exactly what you think is a perennial powerhouse in college basketball, but times change, Sean Brace.
And they lost their big-time player, Jefferson. He broke his dang ankle. Man, that was terrible. So I didn't think that they were going to have that type of game yesterday, but they did.
What a weekend for the state of Iowa.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
When it comes down to it, when you think about
Big
hoops
upset.
Mecca, Iowa is the first thing that comes to mind for me.
Did I hear you say that it's the first time Iowa made it to the Sweet 16 since 99?
Yes.
So Fran McCaffrey never took him to a Sweet 16?
Got to win, too.
Jesus. Because he had a lot of success at Iowa. They had top teams. How did he last that long without making it to the Sweet 16.
We really never made it to the Sweet 16. That's also now where my mind goes to.
That's crazy.
I still got my articles up, so I'll make sure I'll done.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
I think you said that about
I did
St.
say it about
John's.
St. John's and Iowa.
I got the... Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting that they list this online, the third round as the second round, because we have to pretend that the play-in round's the first round.
That's right. They trick you.
Ridiculous.
Oh, regardless. Anyway.
Anyways, moving on.
Yeah.
As for what we're going here, Dan Hurley last night stayed. I got what I wanted out of the weekend. I got to see Mick Cronin and Dan Hurley in press conference form. It was what I wanted out of the credential this weekend. It was theater like no other. Mick Cronin cannot let his players answer a single question without butting in. It's hilarious. I also now understand why we got the whole "you're raising your voice at me" thing, because his speech pattern is so inconsistent and ridiculous. It's hilarious. He just has something pop into his mind. No matter if someone else is speaking, he just talks over you. And that's how you could have one of those situations where it's like, are you raising your voice at me? It's like, no, I'm asking you a question. You just had a thought that you started talking over me.
So he's a madman.
A little bit, yeah. They all are.
Yeah.
Dan Hurley,
you're right.
Also a madman. And he was after the game talking about the Big East, got asked about the seeding of St. John's, the fact they could meet in D.C. next weekend if they both win. And he's calling for a truce in the Big East to ensure a bloodbath on Sunday.
I just think us and St. John's are two of the best teams in the country. We obviously both hope for, a meeting in D.C., a fourth meeting. But, I guess it stinks a little bit that they threw us both in the same region. It feels like the combination of St. John's being underseeded as well as putting us both in the same region. It'll be a live building. It's probably a little bit early. But obviously, I think we've got to try to support each other. It's pretty brutal on Twitter, I think, and social between our fan bases. But I think we got to kind of try to come together on Friday night against our opponents so that then we could have a bloodbath on Sunday.
Ooh.
So
love a good bloodbath.
I'm just trying to make this make sense to a Philadelphian's mind. In what world would you root for the team that beat you in the conference tournament title game to ensure you have to play them again? The only world in which this exists is if they are playing Duke and you have an easier matchup in your mind coming up. It's a way for him to conveniently get a better matchup, but I don't think we would ever have a Philadelphia coach, and again, pros, college different, saying, hey, Sirianni say, hey, you should root for the Cowboys so that we can have a bloodbath next Sunday here at the lake.
Oh, my God. You imagine?
Be hilarious.
People would literally, they would hand in their Eagles fan card if a coach said that.
UConn, 2.5-point favor over Michigan State. That's a tough game, man.
Michigan State line. A little bit.
I'll be taking Michigan State.
A little bit.
Yep.
So Dan Hurley, Mick Cronin, and Kevin Willard all strikingly look the same, right?
Yes.
Balding, all seem to have the same type. I don't know how tall they are, but like the same type of body type.
Yes.
And they're all crazy.
Yes.
Willard's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't say that's a bad thing. Well, you said they all are.
Right.
But in particular, these guys are nuts.
I believe the exact line I used so that we don't use the crazy word is, if we got rid of all college coaches that have an edge to them, what would we be left with? It's just the truth.
All good college coaches.
Very passionate.
You got to be a little nuts to put your entire livelihood into 18 to 23-year-olds putting a ball through the hoop.
Yeah.
Making a lot of money.
It's an insane thing to do.
Mick Cronin, over 5'1".
By the way, looks on the floor or actually?
You should say 5'9".
He is small, short.
Okay, but 5'1".
I think he's 5'5". In my head, he's 5'5".
That's my point, John. Like, all right, I'll give him 5'5", and I'm not going any further than that. So 5'1" is a good number.
Mick Cronin height. All right, I'm Googling it.
When I saw him on the sideline last night, I was taken back by how short he was.
Well, because you're standing next to basketball players that are typically tall.
But then I was sizing him and Hurley up, too, as well, and Hurley had him by about a good foot, and Hurley's not a big guy
Oh, is
either.
that right?
Yeah.
So here's the answer, at least according to Google. 5'7".
Mick Cronin's 5'7". Yeah,
No.
I'd take it's 5'7" on the license.
Yeah.
I'll take the under on that.
It's 5'7", the way they listed Allen Iverson at 6 foot.
Yeah.
Come on.
There you go.
Give me a break. All right. Last one for you. Let's jump to the world of football. Cam Scatabo in trouble for his comments about asthma and CTE.
You think CTE is a real thing? No. It's an excuse. I think asthma is an excuse too. Yeah. Is that a hot take? No, that's a good take. That's valid. Yes, asthma's fake. Is there anything worse than when you're in 4th grade and someone's huffing and puffing? You're just soft. Yeah, just literally be better. Breathe air.
Yeah, now I don't even know the name of the podcast that he was on, nor do we care. But the host was the guy that was kind of, he brought up the asthma stuff.
Yeah.
And then he said, good take. It's great. And Scatabo says, great take.
Oh, that was Bring the Juice podcast, John.
Bring the juice?
Bring the juice.
So it's highly edited. I didn't watch a second other than that clip right there. So I don't know if you listened to. Here's what I knew right away. He was being sarcastic because the asthma stuff's like, all right, like if you, like, I couldn't imagine him saying CT's, fake. But even he's also scatterbo and he's an idiot. Is there a bigger meathead that you can think of off the top of your head than Scatterbo?
Yeah, he's
number one meathead.
Yeah, he's definitely number one.
So you would think that maybe he would have those opinions on CTE, but then they bring up the asthma stuff, and he says, "Yeah, just breathe." And it's like, all right,
yeah, he's being an idiot.
Yeah, he's being an idiot, which he was because his mom actually has asthma.
Oh, jeez.
His mom had to come out and defend him and say, "I have asthma." He's just kidding.
I heard the clip. It was over the weekend, and I was just like, all right, what a dummy. I didn't really go like Kyrie Irving, the earth is flat type deal. I didn't think he was going down that path. I just thought he was trying to be funny.
Most people didn't think he was trying to be funny.
Oh, yeah.
The initial wave was, Mike Florio posted an article up on Pro Football Talk.
Demanding he be fired?
Well, and my reaction was, 2 hours ago, I said that he was being sarcastic. Like, are we serious? See, here's the problem. If you watch the clip or listen to it, you knew right away it was probably a joke. But that's not what anybody does. So if you're just reading the tweet, which is Cam Scatterbo says CTE isn't real, it's taken out of context, and it's his own fault for saying it. And he didn't know what that was going to turn into. He thinks he's trying to be funny during this podcast. It gets edited into something that looks like that he's actually saying CTE isn't real, which is kind of a major thing in football.
A little bit, especially if somebody the way he plays, his style.
If there's anybody that you would think could have CT, it's a fullback, which really he is. He's a running back / fullback.
He's a monster.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So I don't I saw it and it's like it's his own fault for saying it. But again, everybody just calm down for a second. Realize that he didn't tweet that out. It was who knows when they recorded the podcast.
Yeah.
They edited it.
Bring the juice.
Yeah, bring the juice. I know Ray typically listens.
I was really upset I missed the one that got everyone talking because Bring the Juice for me is such a niche interest that when people were talking about it, I'm sad that I missed that one. I was so March Madness up.
I want to put one more out there to you guys from the weekend because people were telling me to calm down. The flag football deal out there with Brady that we talked about on Friday.
It was a lot better than most people thought, no?
So can I say, I thought it was like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
But I was nervous watching it.
Oh, me too.
Okay, well, people were telling me to calm down. People were like, Brace, relax. Some dude tweeted me and told me I was ruining any momentum I had rejoining the station with that take. Are you kidding me? I don't want to see Jalen Hurts get hurt. I don't want to see Devontae Smith go down.
I saw Devontae Smith catching those touchdowns, and the first thing I thought is, oh, geez.
Dude, Joe Burrow was like juking. And like Joe Burrow, you don't need to be doing that.
Nobody got injured. Gronk's the only one that I saw that got injured.
He pulled a hammy. That's right. Dude, people were telling me to calm down. I don't know. I want my players zero. I don't want anyone to be involved with any of that in the offseason.
But like, because here's the thing. Like, what there's risk reward in everything in life, right? What's the reward for that?
Money.
Like for them, that's fine. That's some exhibition flag football thing. Like, give me a break.
Yeah.
That would be in his contract. You're not playing that.
I would have it in contracts. I think that's pretty important. That you don't play in the DirecTV beach volleyball games because I know somebody got hurt doing something like that one time, a football player, and none of this nonsense. I don't care how much Michael Rubin's tossing you. I don't care how cool you think he is. My players are not playing in that. Sorry, end the story.
Yeah, if Tom Brady wants to play in it, or I don't know, even a quarterback that's going to do a lot less. And you had said you're right. I didn't watch it live. I watched a lot of the social media clips, and I watched SportsCenter where they showed a bunch of it.
I won't lie. I had it on. Was that where I was?
Seemed like it was pretty entertaining.
It did look cool. Now, am I watching it? No. Am I making a big deal? But no. But I didn't want my guys out there. That's for dang.
But Team USA actually won, right? The non-pros won. You didn't even know.
No.
Yeah. Team USA won. They beat the pros.
Team USA dominated the day. It says.
Yep.
Well, you have a 48-year-old as your starting quarterback.
Well, there was Burrow. There was Hurts.
Oh, okay. Oh, so that's what it was. Okay.
Well, it was a round-robin tournament.
All
I understand. Again, I wasn't following it very closely. I was following it online.
Brady did sling it the few times I did watch him, too.
For sure.
48 still back there slinging it.
He could still play.
Oh, yeah.
He could definitely still play.
Yeah, it was on the timeline. I can't.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Congrats to Team USA for being justified in the fact that you thought that you were better than the pros at flag football, and for a day it looks like you're better than them
for the first time.
Yeah, congrats.
But again, I don't need my players playing flag football in the Olympics.
So good for Team USA. Keep our players healthy. And I mean, do you think the NFL is going to encourage its players to go play?
Yeah.
I did see RG3, Robert Griffin's playing.
Trials.
Is that what it is?
No, because I saw that. Trust me.
Darryl Green, who's 66 years old, is trying out for the team.
Get out of here.
Yep. He's doing the trials. 66 years old.
How about that?
Great corner for Washington. He played into his 40s as a corner, right?
He was about as fast as it gets when he played, yep.
66 years old. And I guess whoever the Team USA guy is, like the administrator or whatever, was like, yeah, he's in unbelievable shape for being 66. But he's still 66.
Yeah, he's not making the cut. Come on, man. He can't make the cut. What are we doing here?
It's got to be guys that are 40 years younger than him.
How bad's the competition if we're rolling out a 66-year-old?
Well, who you playing? Team who? Italy?
I guess.
Are they going to have Italian? Is Scatabo going to be on Team Italy when it comes? That's what I'm saying. Are they going to make this even more fugazi? I bet they are.
Get that gold any way we can.
Seriously. All right. Well, there you go. George the plumber has a voice memo. So, Sean, people call us, 610-632-0975. People text us on the Davis Honda text line, 610-632-0975. But you can also send us a voice memo the same place. And George the plumber did that. Here it is.
Good morning, gentlemen. George the plumber here from New Jersey. Just want to get your opinion on when people say we, as saying we as the Philadelphia Eagles or we as the Phillies. It's a giant pet peeve for me. I can't stand it. We're not part of the team. We're fans. Yes, we can support, but we're not. They are the team. Again, just my opinion, but what do you think yours is?
Well,
I know I say we. I use it often.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't like it. It doesn't bother me.
I mean, I don't not use it because I'm this journalist that needs to like. I always get a kick out of like, oh well, you got to be objective. Who says who?
Yeah, no.
I'm a radio host. I'm not like if you're covering the team. I think it's easy to get sucked in because the more success they have, the more like you're covering a Super Bowl. Everybody wants the team that they're covering to win. Mm-hmm. That's not to be objective on top of that. I mean, we're going to give our opinions. I'm not going to be just full fanboy all the time. Obviously, no, I don't think anybody's just full fanboy.
No.
But I don't have to be objective. I'm a radio host.
Yeah, it's one of those deals where it's like, am I really thinking, about not saying we? And that's not how I'm going about it. Look, when the Eagles lost to the 49ers in the playoffs, I'm sure I dropped a we. It was terrible. We're going home. We're not competing for a Super Bowl. We're at the end of the season. I'll drop a we. I don't have any issue with that.
You don't overuse.
No, definitely don't. It's in the back. It should be, when you do. I don't know. Like I said, I don't think too much about it. I'll say it. Everybody knows where I stand. I'm a fan. What do you want?
Are you a we guy, Ray? Well, he's also. He works for a university.
He's a big J.
When it comes to Temple, it's a we thing. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But yes, the journalism school in me tried to teach that out of me. I'm sure it slips from here and there.
Yeah.
Occasionally you'll may get a we.
Yeah.
Not supposed to coach a coach. I coach a coach. Coach.
Yeah.
He's a coach. It's what he is. I get it. I know why you don't understand.
He's not your coach, Sean.
I know. It's a coach.
It's a coach. You're doing a radio interview. You're not
exactly
being an objective journalist. Although you did used to cover the Eagles for the Wall Street Journal one time, right?
That's right.
That's where Sean got his start, right? First, he was writing on politics, and they said, hey, can you cover the Eagles? And he said, sure.
It's where we get the institutional knowledge we need to be
right.
on Sports Talk Radio.
That's right.
But, that's just – and then Sean made the jump to the radio.
Yes.
Thank God you did.
I'm here, yes.
It's been fantastic. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. All right, I got to get into this because I feel a certain way about it. We learned on Friday, Harry the K's, the restaurant at Citizens Bank Park, has been renamed and rebranded. It will no longer be Harry the K's. Was this a travesty by the Phillies? Are people upset about this? What do we think about it? That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5.
Now on 97.5, The Fanatic Sports Update.
New deal for Sanchez. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Phillies reworked contract with Christopher Sanchez. Now has $107 million guaranteed, tacking on 2 years to it. He's, of course, the opening day starter for your Philadelphia Phillies coming up on Thursday. And we have an opening day roster right now. It does not feature Zach Wheeler, but it does not seem that Wheeler is too far off from returning. We spoke to Jim Salsbury of NBC Sports Philadelphia earlier today, who gave us this.
Just kind of my gut feel. I think 4 or 5 weeks from now, something like that. I could see the end of April being realistic, but, we'll see. I'd be surprised if it was beyond the Kentucky Derby, put it that way.
You can hear the entire conversation with Salsbury on our website or the Fanatic app. Tonight, the Sixers welcome Jared McCain to town as a member of the Oklahoma City Thunder. That game at 7 o'clock. You can hear it right here on the Fanatic. We're going to talk to Thunder television analyst Michael Cage coming up at 1 o'clock about the impact McCain has had on the Thunder. Last night in South Philly, both Tennessee and UConn advanced to the Sweet 16. And in local hoops news, St. Joe's came back from down 19 to move on in the NIT against Cal. This update is brought to you by Orderly Meds, affordable GLP-1s. OrderlyMeds.com gives you access to semaglutide and tirzepatide, often up to 50% off. Visit OrderlyMeds.com/radio. Individual results may vary. Eligibility required. See site for details. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Harris is on the run out to the wall. It's gone! The first major league home run for Otto Kemp. It's a 3-run blast. And the Phillies have busted it open on top 8-0.
7, all right.
I threw you off on that one. My bad.
All right, we're back. Middays with Marks. So here's what's coming up. At 1 o'clock, Michael Cage, former 76er. But that's not why we're bringing him on. He's the current TV analyst for the Thunder games as Jared McCain returns to town tonight.
Deep team.
Yep. We will, and we'll discuss that with Cage coming up at 1 o'clock. And then next segment, we'll get into some Jared McCain stuff. As he's, man, I don't know if there's a trade in recent memory where the Philadelphia team has egg on their face as bad as the Sixers do here. It's bad.
Well, it's only going to be worse because he's talking today. You know, obviously.
Next segment.
I know. It's just like, man, this is tough. It's tough. It's only going to get worse.
It is. All right. So the Phillies, after 22 seasons, it was announced on Friday that they are rebranding the former Harry the K's with Ghost Energy Deck. So that's the new name for it. It's right below the left field scoreboard. It's going to be called now the Ghost Energy Deck. And they said, and this is Brian Fling, who is vice president of corporate partnerships for the Phillies. He says, despite this rebrand, the Phillies remain dedicated to preserving Harry's legacy. His statue will stay in the original location. The TV booth will continue to be named in his honor, and we expect to continue showing Harry singing his rendition of High Hopes on Fanavision after every home win. Blah, 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 blah. And he goes on to talk about the Ghost Energy Deck, and they wanted to elevate the fan experience and the overall engagement. A lot of people, as I guess you would expect, because Harry Kalas is beloved maybe more than any player on any of those Phillies teams. I mean, seriously, if you're looking for number one seeds, beloved Philadelphia sports figures, is Harry, I mean, Dawkins beloved, right? Like, you can go over some players. Harry Kalas has got to be included in that conversation, right?
1,000%.
Oh, yeah.
And this is coming from a guy that you were, 2008 was when he broadcasted his last game. We had talked about this. You were in third grade.
Yeah, I was young.
So
that was the soundtrack to like very early sports fandom, and like that's just kind of what you were raised to do. Like, I'm a baseball guy, so I just remember watching games. Dad, like, this is the way it is. This is our guy right here. Yeah.
Yep. And for him, and he worked with Richie Whitey Ashburn for a long time. Richie Ashburn died in 1997. So Harry, they're 11 or 12 years longer than him. So Ray, I'll ask you, are you upset that the Phillies have rebranded and have more or less gotten rid of Harry the K's for the Ghost Energy Deck?
Absolutely. Of course I'm upset about it.
What do you mean of course you're upset about it?
Because it's a thing that's been there in the ballpark for so long, honoring someone who's a mainstay with this fan base. I get it. You're going to tell me they got to make money, that they got to pay for these contracts somehow. Is there not anything left here? Oh, it was Ashburn Alley for this year, and then it's going to be fill in the blank alley come next year? Like,
yep.
That's where we're headed. And it's a shame. Like, I get it. I understand the business side of things, but isn't there something about having something you can point to of like, oh, yeah, Harry the K's. There's someone that's going to a game for the first time that has no idea. And I get it. You'll say, welcome to the statue. Great. I'll walk him to the statue. But it's just something we had that was special, that was unique about ballparks. Ballparks, inherently, what makes them special is their unique qualities. We had a deck that was dedicated to the longtime broadcaster who's beloved here. Now it's a deck that's like, hey, man, you want to get caffeinated? Go get caffeinated.
You're damn right.
But it was a restaurant, right? Harry the K's was a restaurant that nobody went to.
I mean, I went up and got beer there. I would
Okay.
say. Like,
I don't know. I mean, have I been there? I'm sure I have. I don't know. I did a Yelp search on Harry the K's, and it did not have good reviews, which I'm not surprised. Ballpark food, for the most part, isn't necessarily great. I mean, listen, I understand. I do. I understand, and it's not just, and it gets more or less sold to the Ghost Energy Deck, which, by the way, the co-founder of Ghost Energy is a Westchester native and a big Phillies fan.
That's
Ryan
what I
Hughes.
was wondering. There's definitely a connection, right? I mean, there's a big check being paid, and
they're not getting it for free.
Correct.
So yes, are the Sixers motivated by, or the Sixers are they're all motivated by money.
They all are,
right?
Yes, including Stateside Live from Xfinity Live, right? Same thing.
But it's not replacing Harry's name.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. But so what? This has to be Harry the K's for the rest of the Citizens Bank Park, and then when you move out of Citizens Bank Park, you have to do something else. He's got a statue. They play high. He's right. They play high hopes after every win.
Yes,
and they should never take that away. There's a statue. All right, like, wait, how long do you have to keep this restaurant? They obviously think that they need to rebrand it. They want to do something differently there.
Yeah.
Ghost Energy probably wrote a big check to him. I don't know how many years it is for. Yeah, so, like, believe me, I understand that because it's Harry's name.
Yes.
And that's all that this is about. This is Harry's name. The Phillies honor Harry Kalas every single day, man. I think he's shown the proper respect. I'm going to be in the minority in this because people don't want the Phillies to make any money off Harry Kalas, but you need a lifetime contract of Harry the K's?
Well, a statue is a lifetime contract.
Yeah, right. They already did it.
Correct.
So this rebrand, you're excited to go eat at the Ghost Energy Deck.
Well, I know where I'm going to go when I need a little pick-me-up.
Yeah, but so it's not – what it is what I believe is happening here is they're totally changing everything they're doing right
that's not going to be like Ghost Energy Drink Restaurant. No, it's the deck. It's the standing
They're probably going to have different dining options or other foods in there or whatever, and they're just trying to – because Harry the Case was it a sit-down? It was sit-down with a server.
I never did that. I went upstairs up there. That's a pretty good place to catch the game.
It is.
All the way up. Yep. We're underneath the scoreboard. It's tough to see that, but other than that, the game perspective, it's a great spot.
I don't know. I mean, you don't need to be outraged by everything.
Oh, no.
I mean, you just don't. I love Harry. If you want to have a contest on who loves Harry Kalas more, I don't think you're going to beat me.
Ooh.
You might tie me.
Ooh.
But I don't think you're going to beat me. But
prove your love for Harry the K.
Growing up, the only reason to watch the games or listen to the games was because of Harry and Whitey.
Yes.
Prism did the TV broadcast, most of the TV broadcast. That wasn't Harry Kalas. That was Jim Barniak and Mike Schmidt or Jim Barniak and Gary Maddox. For whatever reason, I don't know why they did it the way they did. Then Sports Channel had some of the games. That was Kent DeColvey and Andy Musser. But Harry was either on the radio or he did when it was Channel 29. But the Philly Fanatic and Harry and Whitey were the only reasons to tune into the game because the team wasn't good. They went to the World Series in 83. They pretty much sucked until 93, and that was a one-year thing. They didn't make the playoffs again until 2006. So if you're a Phillies fan watching during those years, and it's a long season, he was the soundtrack of my summer for my whole life until he passed away. Mm-hmm. And you're talking about years where, my first memory in life was the Phillies winning the World Series in October 1980. So Harry was a part of my life until he passed away. No one loves Harry Kalas more than I do. You might tie me, like I said. But, come on, man. This is some restaurant that Harry's name was on it that after however many years, 22 years, they decided they were going to do a whole new rebranding. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. What do you want? What do you want to do? He still has a statue. He still has high hopes. The broadcast booth still named after him. You don't have to give a lifetime contract to some stupid restaurant nobody eats at. Sorry.
Next year, when they decide Ashburn Alley's something else, you're cool with it just being the one that's honoring Ashburn. That there's no lifetime contracts given out.
But Ashburn Alley's not a restaurant.
But they could rename it.
It's a part of the ballpark.
But they could name it after anything.
If they took the Ashburn name completely off of it, yes, I would not like it.
Because that's what they could do. I mean, that's logically the next thing that goes is everything you name after something Phillies related, you can sell.
Can they get them if you say they're going to construct a statue that's going to be in Ashburn Alley? Okay, I'm fine.
That right now the statue of Harry Kalas is in Coca-Cola Corner. Did you know that?
Yes.
I did not know
Coca-Cola
that.
Corner is the one that changes over restaurants, feels like every...
All right. Well,
I don't even know where Coca-Cola Corner is.
They get their money.
It's that little, looks like it, honestly, like
where Bulls
strip
is
mall.
at.
It's Bulls Barbecue.
It's where Bulls Barbecue got moved to.
Correct.
Okay.
Coca-Cola Corner.
I do know where Coca-Cola Corner is. It's a third baseline left field.
They get money wherever they can. Yeah.
Okay, and they should.
Yeah. Ashburn Alley, will it have a tagline eventually? I don't know. Maybe.
Could they have went Ghost Energy Deck at Harry the K's?
Think so.
Yeah, they probably could have.
But Harry the K's is going away.
That's a restaurant.
Yeah, so it's going to be something different. So it makes no sense. Look, I want to try Ghost Energy Drink.
I've had it.
Have you?
Yeah.
Well, they got a lot of flavors.
Yeah, they sell it at Wegmans.
Okay.
I've seen it at Wawa. I've had it.
Well, you're an energy drink connoisseur. Is it good?
All right. Yeah, it's good.
They also have supplements. This is like a bigger deal than like Red Bull.
They have peptides. How about HGH? No, probably not.
Pre-workout,
Not right
intra-workout,
Right.
protein, basics, hydration, stem-free, vegan, wellness samples. Let's get some samples.
We definitely should.
Come on, Ghost. I like the logo.
How about the Ghost Energy Studios? Right here at 97.5 The Fanatic. How about that?
We consume energy drinks more than anybody else at this station. Us too, right here.
I would agree.
Yes, easily.
Certainly caffeine, if you include caffeine too. But you have a water there, you're fine. Coming up, Jared McCain returns tonight. Let's revisit how awful that trade is. And should they give him a tribute video?
Ooh.
Ray's getting a tribute video, we're told.
Oh, I know.
We'll discuss coming up next. Michael Cage, who does all the games, is he surprised the Thunder were able to get him for next to nothing? That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. All right. Let's welcome a brand new sponsor to the program and the station. How about Comer and Cross? It's spelled Comer Cross. Comer and Cross. So if you have a garage floor like mine that has stains and cracks in it, like the whatever the material's made, it's already like I'm pulling up stones and I'm throwing them out of the garage, right? Like that's what my garage floor looks like right now. Maybe you have bad epoxy, whatever it is. You know what it does? It makes your entire garage look bad. That's why you call Comer and Cross Concrete Floor Coatings. Their number, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Here's what they do. They can install a gleaming new Comer and Cross garage floor in just one day. Comer and Cross garage floor is like pulling into a new car showroom every night. So think about coming home from work, you open the garage door, and you see the floor. It changes the complete look of your garage. It's showroom perfect. You will not want to park your car anywhere else. And your garage floor, it's guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxies paint ever. That's with Comer and Cross, and they make it so easy. They're in and out in one day. They'll fix your garage floor's cracks and pits perfectly. They're certified and uniformed. They're not subcontractors. Everybody, they're pros at Comer and Cross. They'll even take your stuff out of the garage for you. Quick and easy Comer and Cross garage floor estimate. Call them today, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. So if you have one of these garage floors like me and you're saying, you know what? Sounds like a really good idea. It is. Call them. 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR or the website to check it out. Go there right now. ComerandCross.com. That's COMER and Cross.com.
The Flyers are slowly closing ground on
Like, kind of like the first real rook, I guess, rookie vet for me, man. It's yeah, I mean, he was emotional and stuff, but I'm happy for him. Hopefully he gets an even better opportunity over there to succeed. And he got a fan in me for life, brother in me for life. So
it's Tyrese Maxey speaking in the media after Jared McCain was traded. And Michael Cage, the TV analyst for the Thunder, is going to join us, former 76er, too. Going to join us coming up at 1 o'clock. His thoughts on the trade and how McCain's looked so far. Then you didn't know that he was going to shoot 44% from three and average over 12 points a game and score over 20 points 4 times in 19 games, I believe, since joining the Thunder, a championship team. So everybody to a T talked about they were emotional over him getting traded.
Yep.
So it's one thing if you're emotional over a player getting traded because you love the player, but if you can't play, you can't play. This dude clearly can play, and he couldn't really get a shot to get back in the rotation until right before he got traded. I'd say like 4, 5, 6 games before he got traded. He actually was seeing real minutes for the first time, and he was cashing in too. He was looked really good, and then they trade him, and he goes to the Thunder, and it's like, hold on, you're talking about the defending champion that has a ton of talent, and this dude's playing 20 minutes a night, and he's hitting big shots, and he's pretty much did the same thing he did when he was here when he was a rookie before he got hurt. So, I mean, so many questions come from this, from like, what was Morey thinking? Why couldn't Nick Nurse get him in the lineup? Was this an ownership thing? Did they need to get rid of the salary? I don't know. But this really stinks.
Yeah, and he gets to come back tonight, and I haven't looked at the number. You got a spread?
15.5 when I was looking earlier.
That's an easy winner. You don't mess around, take Oklahoma. So this is going to be another 40-point blowout. Well, at what point do fans, like, voice their frustrations? Now, I'm not at Sixers games. So I apologize
Last year?
if this is happening. Yeah, like fire Darryl, right? Like that chant not breaking out tonight.
I mean, if there's ever a night that it would, it'd be tonight.
This is a game that McCain's going to play a lot because if you look at it, the box score, the good teams, he's playing 12, 14 minutes. The bad teams, he's playing 20, 25 minutes.
He's in there extended
and he's
minutes.
filling it up.
Yep.
Like he did 2 nights ago against Brooklyn.
So here's my question with it.
Mm-hmm.
Is this tonight where – because – every Sixer fan going down there should want their team to win unless they realize that it doesn't matter or the team's not going to win. So McCain, all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's McCain for 3, and he nails it. They're cheers? Are they Ray, spike cheers because they traded away a good player? Anti-Morey cheers on that 3?
Probably. I would imagine you're going to get some of that tonight.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, the Bronx cheer. You're going to get a lot of that.
But also, like, if he was to go, it'd be like, all right, this is, I don't know, throw an arbitrary number. Like, this is his 3rd 3 of the first half. Then people are just going to be laughing because they're so mad.
Correct.
And cheering. Like, oh, my God. Like, unbelievable.
I think this is going to it's going to be an ugly game. And I think the Boo Birds are going to be out pretty strong. And they should be. I'm not going to yell. I did that on Friday, John. But Joel Embiid's ruled out again. He's down there practicing. That's 13 straight games that the centerpiece, the focal point of your franchise, that you just gave a brand new contract. I'm not going to yell. That you just gave a new contract to is not playing 13 straight games.
Nope.
So, like, as a fan, you're telling me one thing with him not in the lineup that you don't care. Like, it really comes off as the 76ers don't care. And that kills me to say that. I'm a diehard. I love the Sixers. But this is so frustrating. He's out there practicing. He looks fine. And you're not going to play?
I mean, I just don't care. You're right.
They don't care.
I don't care. I don't. I don't think Joel Embiid is going to fight through injury to try to get on the floor and play after what happened last year. And for this team right here, it's pretty clear. I don't know how injured he is. I don't know how severe the oblique injury is.
The video, he looks fine.
Yeah.
This morning, he's down there warming up, shooting. 13 straight for a sore oblique, February 26th. It's March 23rd. Come on, man. It's such a slap in the face. It really is. It pains me.
You're going to be there tonight?
I'll be there tonight.
Hey.
Yes. This was the game that when we did the preseason draft, the season tickets, I was like, I want to see the reigning champion Thunder. Little did I know I'd be going down there watching Jared McCain. I mean, I figured by March I'd be dealing with some sort of an absence by someone in this lineup. I didn't think I'd be missing all Maxey, George, and Embiid for a night, but Yeah, I mean, it didn't lose its luster because McCain's coming back, and it still is the reigning champs of the NBA. I'm excited to watch the Thunder.
All right, so McCain comes in. It's still a somewhat competitive game. Let's say that the Thunder are up 6. McCain checks in, open three-pointer, bang! Thunder are up by 9. What's your reaction?
I'm laughing. I'm going to laugh through the entire game tonight, like I'm a villain in like a Bond movie. Like,
are you hoping he hits 7 threes?
Yeah.
Oh, should we wager on it? We should probably look at some numbers here and see if we can cash in.
I would say a 4+ bet would be where I'd be most comfortable with tonight.
But what I'm saying is, you're essentially rooting against the team tonight, right? Because you don't have any real expectations, nor do I think really people care about winning the game at this point. But your expectations are, let's hope McCain goes off so we can, it's.
Hey, they pay attention to that stuff too. They're going to feed them.
Oh, of course they are. They should.
And that's the thing. If they get up big, it's going to be all McCain in the second half.
McCain spoke at shoot-around. We have a couple cuts. We'll play one right now, and then we'll play one next segment. Michael Cade's going to join us. Here's McCain at shoot-around talking about the trade.
Well, when he first told me, I didn't really even understand what team he sent me. I heard traded, and that was kind of it. But once I understood it was OKC, it was one of those moments where you're like, okay, like they won a championship. Like, why do you want me almost? You know, like it's almost a scary feeling of what's going to happen next. You have no clue. It's just the unknown. But they've been nothing but welcoming, and it's been so awesome being around this team, and the vibe's amazing, and just the culture of the organization. They've helped me. This process has been so smooth for me, and I finally moved into a place, so I'm happy about that.
There you go. You kidding me?
Yeah, it's frustrating. I never thought that I would have the vibe and the feeling that I have now watching him suit up for Oklahoma City. And credit to him because he's made the most of the opportunity. He's hitting shots, but I never thought that we'd be crying over that deal. I didn't like the deal, but man, this is an all-timer.
You didn't know he was going to have the impact. You go to a championship team, like he said. Is he in the rotation? How many minutes is in the rotation? No, they're counting on him to be a big part of what they do.
Yeah, he's playing crunch time minutes against some good opponents, and he's
12.3 points a game.
Yeah, and like you said, I just thought that okay, he's going to be a little bit sluggish. Number one, number two, trouble to find some minutes, but they've carved out a nice role. And oh, by the way, on the flip side, I bought in to that reasoning of that thought process from the Sixers' perspective on why he didn't play. Oh, they got a lot of logjam at the guard position. Oh yeah, well Oklahoma City has some pretty good guards as well. Like if you're good at basketball, you got to play.
Yeah, but I mean, this makes it easier to re-sign Quentin Grimes, as Darren Morey told us.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank God.
Deep team.
Nick Nurse, Daryl Morey.
Yeah, all right. So I'm willing to give early in the season if he wasn't 100% healthy or all the way back. Maybe that's why he's not seeing as many minutes as he is in Oklahoma City. But getting a lot of did not plays, he wasn't even. It's like he wasn't even on the team.
It's because of the defense. I think that's what really bothered Nick Nurse the most is the fact that he wasn't a good defender. And
was he not, or was Nick Nurse just being a hard ass and decided he wasn't going to play him?
I think both.
All right. Well, is his defense okay in Oklahoma City? Or did they actually say, hey, the hell with his defense.
Correct.
I'll take him off the floor if he's not earning more minutes with his defense. The kid can shoot.
Exactly. That's what they're doing.
Oh, man. All right, we're going to shoot it out. He's in town right now. Michael Cade, former 76er, now is the TV analyst on the games for Oklahoma City. We'll talk to him, his thoughts on McCain and what he's seeing so far, and how surprised is he? Because they sold high on him, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They got a whole first-round draft pick out of him. That's coming up next.
Team.
Middays with Marks, 97.5.
Now on 97.5, the Fanatic Sports Update.
New deal for Sanchez. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Phillies yesterday gave a new deal to Christopher Sanchez, really reworking the old deal, adding 2 years to it, give him $107 million guaranteed on this deal. Your opening day starter now taken care of, and the opening day starter for the last couple of years, Zach Wheeler, right now trying to work his way back, and according to Jim Salsbury, it might be a little bit sooner than you thought.
Just kind of my gut feel. I think 4 or 5 weeks from now, something like that. I could see the end of April being realistic, but, we'll see. I'd be surprised if it was beyond the Kentucky Derby, put it that way.
The whole conversation with NBC Sports Philadelphia's Jim Salsbury is on our website and the Fanatic app. Elsewhere in town, the 76ers tonight prepare to welcome Jared McCain and the Oklahoma City Thunder to town. A 7 o'clock start for that game. Coming up in the next segment, we'll talk to Michael Cage, the television analyst for the Thunder, about McCain's impact on that team. And in the basketball world last night, Sweet 16 saw Tennessee and UConn advanced. They both played at Xfinity Mobile Arena last night in the NIT. St. Joe's came back from 19, beat Cal, and moved on in the NIT. This update is brought to you by ExpressPros.com. When production shifts, your workplace has to keep up, and Express Employment Professionals has your best resource for hiring. Find your local team at ExpressPros.com and hire differently. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic.
The hair, 3 locations to serve you: Lancaster, Wayne, PA, Bala Cynwyd, PA, Morgenstern Hair Restorations. As Jared McCain returns tonight, we were talking during the break, this dude's got the life. Good looking young kid.
Oh yeah.
Just in his this is second year now? This is his second year, right?
Yeah.
He was injured in his rookie year.
Yep.
He went from being the rookie of the year favorite, and then he got injured, and then the Sixers traded him this year. And he's doing exactly what we saw in Philadelphia, which is giving a lot to that team. Joining us right now to discuss, he is currently the TV analyst on the broadcast for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Long NBA career, including a year with the 76ers back in 96 and 97. His name is Michael Cage, and he joins John Marks, Sean Brace, and Ray Dunn right now. Michael, thank you for a couple minutes. How are you?
I'm good, man. I was just wondering, I played with Allen Iverson his rookie year here. I don't have a statue outside yet. Is there any talk about that, or are we going to talk about something else today?
Well, I mean, we could start the process.
Yeah, like that.
You had a good year. It started one of the best runs in Sixers history, so you should get credit for that, right?
Right.
And by the way, Michael, I remember that year. What was Allen Iverson like playing his rookie year in the league?
You know what, man? He was like, a kid in a candy shop, man, just wanting to learn. He listened to me, Because every time he got on a flight, I said, AI, come on, man, sit next to him. Let's talk for a couple of seconds. He rolled his eyes, and then we'd have a great conversation. I, just tell him about the league, man, because he was so young when he came out of Georgetown, after his sophomore year, I believe.
Yep.
So, and he just said, hey, look, and then here's the moral to the story. Later on in the year, when we got on flights to get ready to leave town, he comes sit by me automatically and just said, look at me and go, what do you got for me? So,
he call you Unc?
Yeah, he called me Unc, old school, OG. Man, that guy laid down a lot of things for me, and I was really happy for him. Jerry Stackhouse, Derek Coleman, a lot of those guys who went on to have really great careers as well.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about Stackhouse because the remembering back, it was kind of like it was too big of a personality, and then they talked about the posse. You had Jerry Stackhouse posse, you had the Allen Iverson posse. But, too, you think about it, Stack coming out of North Carolina was a big prospect. And then, obviously, AI with the number 1 draft pick. But wild times, man, because you're right. There was a lot of talented players on that team.
Yeah, there was, and it was really Johnny Davis was the coach, former NBA player. So he was really like, the start of it, just trying to mold these guys and get them to play together. They were so young, super talented. And I was, on the back nine in my career at the time. So I was kind of like the elder statesman, just trying to hold the rope for everybody to, keep, the focus there. And it was a great start, man. I went on and saw what AI did, DC and Stack, man. It was really good to have spent that year here in Philly with all those 3 guys.
Yeah, from a big man's perspective, what Iverson was able to do at his height, because, he wasn't a guy that was he won with jump shots, not Steph Curry. He was driving to the lane. He was penetrating, going up against everybody in there. It's just unbelievable that running one-hander off the glass that he would kiss high off the glass. But a guy that size, how incredible is it for somebody to accomplish that in there with the big guys like you?
Well, it was really unique because the game was real physical. And if you went in there, man, you got hammered. I was one of those guys, a hammer. So to see him go in there, he was a tough kid, man. Like, wouldn't back down from anybody. He'd get hammered to the floor, get up, come back down. The next play, he's going back in there again. I thought that, he played a lot bigger than his size. And I know his numbers were huge, and he made the Hall of Fame, certainly deserving of that. But he played a lot bigger than he was. And a guy, you're going to watch him tonight for us, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who plays like that. He's not settling for jump shots, man. He's trying to get in that paint. He's taking the contact. He'll finish through it. And, that's how AI was, and he's just that AI was a lot smaller. So, it's almost kind of like Groundhog Day for me, seeing a bigger version of him in the modern-day NBA right now.
All right. So the Sixers fans right now are kind of besides themselves because it's another disappointing year, but also we're watching a young player come back into town, and Jared McCain, who we watched last year as a rookie, and he was dynamite. And then he gets injured, and then this year he can't make the floor, he can't get on the floor, and then they trade him really for a first round draft pick in a couple of seconds. Are you surprised after watching him play? He's played 19 games now. Are you surprised Oklahoma City only had to give up a first round draft pick and a couple of seconds to get this player?
Well, first of all, I'm happy for Jared McCain because obviously, it's a tough situation, man. When you get traded, close to not the All-Star break, but the trade deadline. And you only got like less than a half a season to adjust with your new squad. Man, you got to pack your bags and go to another city. This case, he went to another conference, coming to a team like the Thunder, who are the defending NBA champions, playing with some dynamic players like J-Dub, SGA. And that's a lot to take on for a 22-year-old. And that's the one thing, man, through this whole thing, I've been really impressed with Jared, is his maturity. And, just accepting whatever role Mark Daigneault, head coach, says, hey, look, man, you're going to start tonight. Or, you're going to get limited. Mark doesn't really lay that out. He just plays guys according to a need on the floor. And that's another thing I've seen him adjust to, that, being a former player in this league, it's hard, man. When you go to a really, really successful team and you got to somehow fit in because it's all about that team and it's not about you, and you make that adjustment and you kind of put your fingerprints on the team a little bit, if I can say that, And he's been instrumental in us really having this 11-game winning streak where we went through a gauntlet of Western Conference powerhouse teams like the Timberwolves and played the Nuggets twice, played the Timberwolves twice. We went through a really tough, played the Celtics, and he's been an instrumental part of that and just hit the ground running from the minute he put on a Thunder uniform.
I want to go with some of the flaws that were tossed his way when he was leaving, and it was one of the big ones was the defensive side of the ball with Jared McCain. Now, we know what he brings as far as shooting is concerned. How does Oklahoma City handle him on the defensive side of the ball? Do they get him out in those situations, or has he proven himself on that side of the ball in your mind as well?
Well, it's only been a sample size of his career right now, and certainly an even smaller petri dish of his career with the Thunder, but the Thunder have always been a pretty good defensive team. We've always been in the top 5 defensive ratings in the league, had the top defensive rating a season ago. So the pressure is not on any one guy to come in and be a knockdown defender. That's not how we look at it. Now, we got some knockdown defenders in Lou Dort, Cason Wallace, Alex Caruso. So I think that when you get a player like him who's so young, still learning the intangibles of the game, it's more or less about, being in that lab, man, with a pen and a pad, just saying, look, man, these guys, they did it last year. They won 68 games last year. They're the defending champs. It's all about me coming in and learning as much as I can. And that's what I've seen from him, man. I've seen him say that. I've seen him, do that on the floor. He understands, how teams are all tethered together defensively on a string. And it's not just one guy being the savior. And I think he's learning to understand that at the tender age that he's at. So there's no real pressure on this guy to come in and be, outstanding on the defensive end. Maybe that's down the road. But right now, I think he's given us something that we've been lacking because we've been missing a lot of key players. Is his offensive play, his ball handling, which we really needed out there on the floor so far.
And we're talking to Michael Cage, who does the games for the Thunder on TV. He's also very good at TikTok, Michael. You don't seem like a TikTok guy, but McCain was known as a very good TikToker. In fact, a lot of people knew him from TikTok and not basketball.
I thought you were saying Michael Cage was good at TikTok.
He could be. I don't know.
I was going to say, yeah, maybe there was a doppelganger there. Okay, but you cleared it up.
That's funny.
But he's definitely like. After he got traded, Tyrese Maxey was crying when the media talked to him. To a T, all of his teammates were shocked, and they're like, I can't believe this happened. So, Thunder got a good kid. They really did, who, by the way, you feel the energy when he comes off the bench, especially if he's got the hot hand. Championship teams need guys like that. And the fact that you're trying to repeat, which is very difficult to do, you add it to your core. And that's what's frustrating from 76ers fans is we say, well, you couldn't have used a guy like this. It's maddening. It really is.
Well, Nick Nurse knows the game, man. He won a championship, 2019 in Toronto. And, what one team might see in one player, another team may not see that. And we're two different teams. The way we play, the way the Sixers play. The other night in Washington, a couple of games ago down in Orlando, everybody is swimming in a different direction. And for us to pick up a quality of a player so late in the season like him, I mean, we're elated. Because, you can always use shooting in the NBA, especially from distance when you have a team like the Thunder who consistently attacks the paint. And if you can plant shooters around those guys who like to attack, or we're going to finally get J-Dub back tonight. Really happy about that because he's been out for a while. He's another guy who drives the basketball. Watch tonight. Shea drives the basketball. And those guys like Jared McCain, we got another guy, Isaiah Joe.
Former Sixer.
A former Sixer as well. A lot of shooters around these guys that really help us out. So maybe the role is not so demanding in Oklahoma City as it possibly was in Philadelphia. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's just it's a development thing because I still got to go back to this kid's age, man. He's so young. He's got a lot of upside. He's in a great system. We play a system basketball. Where everybody is pushed to get better. These guys support each other, and I think he's seen that. It's hard to really immerse yourself in something like that when you see it from a distance. I'm sure he saw what we did last year, in the first part of this year, and now all of a sudden he's been injected into that system, and it's a real comfortable system for a young guy to adjust to, and I think that's why he's done so well because of that. So, kudos everything goes back to, I think, to Jared. I'm still learning this kid because I keep telling myself he's 22, but he's got so much upside when I'm watching him on the floor. Everybody can get better. Defensively, offensively, passing, shooting, everything. And I'm really excited to see how good he'll be this time next year when he has a training camp.
Yeah.
How about tonight when he drops 35 and the whole place is chanting his name? Can't wait for it, Michael. Hey, look, I'm going to get selfish here because I don't have an opportunity too many times here on the airwaves to talk about Oklahoma City or an NBA championship. But I'm going with the Spurs, Mike. I know it probably pains you to hear it, but they've owned you guys. 4 out of 5 this season, I think the Spurs have taken from OKC. What's the issue of obviously Wemby going up against him, but what's the kryptonite with San Antonio against the Oklahoma City Thunder this year?
So if the Nuggets had beaten us 4 out of 5, would you be saying the Nuggets right now too?
Ooh.
Or would you not be? Would you say, yeah, you know what? The Thunder got the best record in the NBA right now.
There aren't many. They're on
an 11-game winning streak.
Yes, yes. Look, we're talking about 2 teams, and that's it. That's the list.
Here's the thing. I'm happy for the Spurs because they hadn't been in the playoffs in 6 years. We've been in the playoffs the last 3 years, so we've had that experience. We've grown. Very few teams get all the way up there and win it their first year ever being in playoffs after years of not being in there. It's a push-pull. The Spurs, I have so much respect for that organization as a whole, and what they've been able to do in a short period of time. They got some terrific talent on that team. We have some terrific talent. I'm really enjoying where we are. I mean, we're coming in on an 11-game winning streak. We won 56 games already. We got 10 left, and we're still holding on with a target on our back all season long with the best record currently in the association. That's kind of who I go with. I mean, I'll leave that up to you guys to figure out who's going to be, the best in the West and who's going to win the NBA championship. It's some great conversation, and I can't add nor take away from it because it's really been fun watching some good teams out West, playing against some good teams here in the Eastern Conference. We still got Boston on Wednesday night to end this 10-game road trip. We played Orlando, who was one of the hottest teams in the league, on Monday night in Orlando. So, man, it's just been a smooth ride. I'm enjoying it. I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be some great playoff series coming out of the West to determine who's going to be, represent the Western Conference in the NBA Finals. Appreciate it. Thank you, Michael. Been a lot of fun talking to you. Absolutely, guy. Hey, don't just throw the pitch in for that statue beside Iverson. Just make a little small one. I'm just saying, a little small one.
Well, can we get a statue of you sitting on the plane and AI rolling his eyes at you?
There you go. Nice.
I would take that all day long. How about a bobblehead or something, man? Hey, thanks, guys. I appreciate you, man.
Very cool. Appreciate you. Thank you, Michael Cage.
Yeah, just looking up his playing career. He was with the Supersonics for 5 years.
So we ran out of time, but I wanted to ask him about. He was teammates with Sean Kemp.
Ugh.
And Sean Kemp was one of the most talented natural raw. The way that he would dunk in games, I don't know if there was Dominique was a powerful dunker like that, but Sean Kemp, I think, he's like Shaq-esque power on dunks, but not as big.
Oh, yeah. High flyer.
But he was damn near as big as Shaq.
Yeah, look, Kemp, obviously, we think about Peyton, 1A, 1B with that franchise, with that team. And hopefully they're going to bring it back. I never wanted to see the Supersonics leave.
Seems like they're going to announce that.
Make that happen.
Soon.
Vegas and Seattle, right? Lock it in. For my money, the best dunkers are usually Vince and Sean Kemp.
So you're saying in-game dunker? In-game dunk, because you can go. You can go
in-game dunk, yeah.
Because Carter could do it in-game.
Vince is the greatest to ever do it.
Kemp in-game was unbelievable.
So good.
You know who I loved as an in-game dunker, and he was a one-trick pony. Tom Chambers. He could have dunked on a 15-foot rim. He got up so high.
Huge dude, huge guy.
Love Tom Chambers. I love those Suns teams.
Barkley, that white man can jump.
All right, so we have so Quentin Grimes is on the injury report with an illness.
Yes, he's now questionable for tonight with an illness.
Let's see that number. We're at 16.5.
However, Dominic Barlow upgraded from doubtful to questionable.
So it's so frustrating. I just
It's frustrating for you.
I don't know how. Yeah,
Not for me.
I don't like. Last year was easy for me because they were so bad, and it was over before. Like people were trying to dangle the playoff carrot. I wasn't biting it. This year, this team showed some fight, showed some promise. Plus, of how much of a disaster last year was, I cared more about this.
No,
year.
if you squinted this year, because you were doing it.
I did.
You called them a title contender.
Contenders in the East. Not. I never said title. Run it back. Run it back. Contenders in the East. The Instagram post is still out there.
But Ray, aren't if you're a top 4 team in the East, aren't you a contender in the East?
Whoever comes out of the East is not beat. The Sixers weren't beating Oklahoma City or San Antonio.
Okay, but you were trying to state that they were a legitimate contender to win the East.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
No doubt about that.
All right.
But that's what I said. Contenders in the East.
Now, could that happen again this year if Embiid comes back?
Wednesday. Wednesday night when we're down there for knockout, you got Paul George coming back. You're going to have Joel Embiid back. If he doesn't play Wednesday night, I just shut him down, dude. Honestly, shut the season down.
16-point favorites now.
Yeah, this is a 40-point loss.
All right, so we have Daryl Morey. This is after the post-trade of McCain. Here's Daryl Morey talking about, and again, so when the trade happened, I would have swore this was the ownership directive, and they were making the trade because they needed to get behind there's a certain threshold financially they needed to get back. But the more Morey talked, the more I was like, all right, because I would have never fallen on the sword. I would have said the appropriate things. I wouldn't have came out and said, listen, I had to move finances. Our owner's a cheap ass, so I had to trade him.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't say it, but he also he went a little bit further and he talked about the value and things like that. Here's Daryl Morey.
I'm quite confident we were selling high. Obviously, time will tell. The only other high point, and we weren't looking to sell, I'll be frank. Like, teams came to us with aggressive offers for him, and you could say, yeah, that's because he's a good player. I agree with that. We thought this return was above, for the future value for our franchise, what we could get. So the only higher point would have been during his run last season. But otherwise, we feel like we did time this well.
Quite confident we were selling high, and he said it very arrogantly.
Yeah, he did. He also said it was a great future bet. And it's just like, no, it really isn't. It really isn't. And it's only 6 weeks since the trade.
And they didn't add at the trade deadline. A lot of people think that he was trying to take that pick and then use that in another trade.
That's what he said.
And and he did say that. You're right. Which I think that's flawed because you want to make sure you have another trade that's going, because essentially you just traded him for a first-round draft pick in 3 seconds.
Yeah, regardless, they didn't get the player.
So if you get the player and you could say without this trade we can't get player A, without this trade we can't get player B, there is no player. And meanwhile, we've watched him go to the Thunder and become a huge part of what they're doing. Here's Jared McCain talking at shoot-around today about Philadelphia.
I mean, it means a lot. I always loved the Philly fans. They were always super nice to me whenever I went out, when I got hurt, everything coming back from it, they were always just super positive and super helpful in my opinion. And so shout out to them for, having my back, I guess, through this process and always just being there for me. The DMs I've gotten just super, super nice and just saying they miss me and stuff. So yeah, definitely love the Philly fans for life, for sure.
There you go.
For life. You can get Jared McCain at 12-plus points here, even money. And I would assume that he's going to get that number pretty easily. I think that he'll definitely get that number. I would even take it as high as 20. I could see him getting 20 points tonight.
If he gets the minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't they keep him in there a little bit longer just so they can, give him a little something?
Yeah.
If they're up big, there's no way they're taking him out.
Yeah, I think he plays a lot tonight. They know what's going on. They pay attention to stuff like this. It's March 23rd. Sometimes you need a little something extra to get you over this hump, right? Like Ray's on a Ghost Energy drink over there. I see him. Oh, it's La Colombe, which is good.
Oh, that's cold espresso?
Yes, which also half of it got on my computer, which was a problem.
I'm a big fan of La Colombe.
Love La Colombe.
Am I saying it right? La Colombe.
Yeah, with the stank on it there too, yeah, like that.
I put stank on it from time to time.
I'm looking on Bet Parks. They don't have
no threes up yet.
They don't. Yeah, it's still kind of early.
Correct. Yeah. 12 is the number I'm seeing at some shops, though.
Adam Bona, though, plus 255 for 10 points or more.
He was at the game last night.
Adam Bona.
I I don't know. I don't remember if I could connect the UCLA connection, but I looked over and I said, "Oh yeah,
went to UCLA."
Yeah.
All right, so we'll hear about Sean's experience last night because I'm told he did approach Sean Mannion when he saw him at the game. Is that true?
That is true.
All right, Sean snuck down.
I spoke to the OC.
Sean snuck down to the good seats, and he spotted Sean Mannion and harassed him. We'll get that story coming up next. Your phone calls as well. Don't go anywhere. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. All right, check it out. I've been looking into get my garage floor redone, like for real. And I thought about all right, my one buddy told me about epoxying it. He's, it's pretty cheap, pretty inexpensive, but then it looks like you epoxied it, right? Now I'm with Comer and Cross. Here's why. A lot of companies just coat over your existing floor and say, all right, see ya. Comer and Cross does not do that. They repair the cracks, leveling everything out. They prep the service the right way before anybody goes down. And you know why that matters? Because if you're doing it, you want it done right. You want it done once the first time, and they have a full trained crew. There's no subcontractor. So they're not selling you this and then show up and it's like you're not dealing. No, you're dealing with Comer and Cross. They walk you through the whole process, and in most cases, they're in and out in just one day. And the finish we're talking about in your new garage floor, it's built to last. It looks like a showroom when you go to get a new car. No chipping, no peeling. So after doing the research, this is the company you should go with. I'm getting my floor redone in the next few weeks, and I will keep you posted on how it turns out. I'll post some pictures on Instagram or whatever. But again, if you thought about this, you thought about doing yourself, if you know your garage floor has seen better days, the name is Comer and Cross. Comer and Cross, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, or the website is comercross.com. COMER cross.com.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Days away from opening day. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. We got a flurry of Phillies news. They have an opening day roster that has been set, and they've given at least a rework contract to Christopher Sanchez. They announced that yesterday at a press conference with Sanchez. Adds 2 years to the contract, gives him $107 million guaranteed. They take care of their opening day starter, and their opening day starter from the last couple of seasons, Zach Wheeler, appears like he might be on a late April timeline. You got a chance to throw in a simulated game today down in Clearwater. Tonight in Philadelphia, Jared McCain makes his return to Xfinity Mobile Arena. It's the Thunder and the Sixers at 7 o'clock tonight. Michael Cage, the TV analyst for the Oklahoma City Thunder, joined us in this last segment and said that McCain's been essential to this team since he was added.
And he's been instrumental in us really having this 11-game winning streak where we went through a gauntlet of Western Conference powerhouse teams.
You can tune in to McCain's return to Philadelphia tonight right here on The Fanatic. And in the basketball world, yesterday at Xfinity Mobile Arena, Tennessee and UConn make their way to the Sweet 16. In the local hoops news, St. Joe's moved on in the NIT with a comeback win over Cal. This update's brought to you by Mattress Firm. Having trouble sleeping? Visit Mattress Firm during the Upgrade Your Sleep sale. Their sleep experts will help you find the perfect bed. They make sleep easy. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic app.
All right, back it is. Middays with Marks. And last night down at the Wells Fargo Center, what's it called?
Xfinity Mobile Arena.
That.
Got some new digs down there. Saw like they wiped out the middle. Like, it's a club level.
Yeah.
And they remade that. I think they called it, what did I say it was? It was after Clarksy's. I think that's what I read.
Clarksy's?
Yeah.
After Joel Clark from the old commercials.
After Bob.
Oh, Bobby Clark.
Bob Clark.
And by the way, put that back up because we're bearing what it is.
Oh.
You were watching Sean Mannion. You didn't catch what he was doing?
No, I didn't, but I dig this song. It's a great song. I play it a lot during Halloween.
Maxwell is the...
Yes. Good pull by you. Nice work.
Yeah, you were watching. So Sean Mannion's at the game, new Eagles offensive coordinator.
Yeah. Yeah, look,
All right, so hold on a second. Let's take us through. Where were you? So yesterday you went down to the games?
Both, yes. We were there at 4 o'clock. We touched down at Xfinity Live for 4, or now Stateside Live, and made it over for tip at 5, or no, 6 game. First game was 6:10, Ray, I think. Yeah, 6:10.
6:10, yeah.
You and Beef?
Yep, Beef and I tearing it up, having some fun, college hoops, connoisseur.
So that was only the first game?
That was the first.
So do they throw you out and then you got to go back in?
No. You stay. Yeah, but I think yesterday all was one ticket.
Okay.
One session, they call it.
Okay.
Now, Friday, there was 2 sessions, if I'm not mistaken.
And if you had tickets to both, they throw you into the concourse. And you have to stay in like this certain gated, not even gated area, but like they're putting up the ropes. It was hilarious to watch.
Well, yeah, so we were there, had tickets upstairs to start. And then, of course, one game done, still jammed though. Great crowds.
But you managed to work your way down.
Yes, we ended up making our way down.
So what row were you in?
Like 5th.
So Sean's down the 5th row with an upper level ticket.
Yeah.
And you're looking around. You say, so who was sitting around you?
So right in front of us was literally, we were in the UCLA section. Right in front of us was Freddie Mitchell. Bona was there to the left.
Do you call him Fred X or the People's Champion?
I think I said Freddie. First down Freddie, right? And I used to do stuff with him at a previous stop. So he didn't recognize me.
Right.
Yeah. But that's Freddie, whatever. Anyways, kept it moving. I look over to my right, and I see Connor Barwin, who's on the Eagles coaching staff.
Yes, he's kind of an executive / something with the
So just scoping it. Next thing you know, I do work my way down the row, and I look over, and I'm like, that's somebody. Who is that guy? And I go, no bleeping way. That's Sean Mannion.
Sitting next to Connor Barwin.
Correct. So, and Mannion had no hat on. He was right on the aisle. Watching the games, normal. And like, I think when the game ended, I think we ended up leaving like 2 minutes left or whatever it was. Kind of got ugly. And I walked over to him, dapped him up, and asked him about hitch routes in the playbook.
You really?
No, I can't. I did say to him, I said, Coach, how we doing today? And he said, what's up, man? I'm like, my name's Sean as well, dapped him up. And I said, yeah, in this city, we kind of recognize what our assistant coaches look like. No hat on, no nothing. And nobody said a word to him. No one.
Yeah, I can imagine at this point, no one really knows what he looks like.
No one knows what he looks like.
You do.
Yeah, I did. I'm a weirdo. Yeah.
Right. I would not. You sent a picture because you took a creepy picture of him like sitting across. Right. Would you agree it's a creep picture?
I posted it on Twitter now too as well.
Even better.
Yeah, at Sean_Brace. You could check that out. And yeah, I would be curious to know if anybody else out there could be able to pick him out. He had no hat on, no nothing. Tall dude, nice guy though, man. Really cool. Just chopped it up for a minute, kept it moving. Didn't want to bother.
Shaved head.
Yeah.
I didn't. Ray, and this. If you told me, I don't think this is him. Is this him?
That's him.
He caught flack for the hairline when he was hired. So I don't know. Maybe he's reading too much of social media already because there were people that were like, "Whoa, that picture doesn't look like another picture of his." He was catching a little bit of. You might get
because he essentially shaved his head.
Yeah,
like a buzz cut, not like
that's
Sean.
him. Now you got me all worried.
No, it's him. I'm just kidding.
Like, geez.
But it's him. He's wearing a pair of
offensive coordinator, Sean Brace.
He's wearing a pair of Nike sweatpants and a black hoodie, but a short sleeve hoodie, which is interesting.
Who, Mannion?
Yeah, is this not it?
No.
Oh, he's wearing a flannel.
Yes, you can't even pick him out in the picture. That's funny. Yeah, he's in the flannel.
He's in the flannel.
Yeah, that's him.
He's a big dude.
Yeah, he's a monster.
And it doesn't look anything like him with the shaved head at all.
Yeah, so we talked to him, and like I said, I kind of wish I had a little bit more strategy at that time of the night where I could have been like, hey, I'm on a show and blah, blah, blah. But, he
wasn't coming on regardless.
No, yeah, because he hasn't spoken to the media. He's going to speak what? What?
Sean Brace had the exclusive.
Yeah, there you go.
As first heard on Middays with Mark, Sean Brace was the first one to talk to Sean Mannion.
You don't want to bug him too much. He's there to watch the game.
Correct.
You don't want to stick a phone in his face and start asking him questions.
I wouldn't do that, but I would hey, man, I'd love to get you on the show, have some fun, welcome to Philly, all of that. And you never know. I mean, we'll still hit up our people over there at the Eagles, but he hasn't spoken yet. And I think he's, post-draft, I think he's going to speak to the media.
No, but they should give us, during training camp or one of the like you said, after the draft, one of the mini camps.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not gonna be mean to him. It's not like giving us Patullo and people they're gonna be worried. I'd
like to get Patullo on the show too. So.
I wouldn't.
I don't think you have to worry about that.
You don't think he's gonna do anything?
Yeah, I don't think he's accepting that request.
People may not recognize him yet, but believe me, we will.
Oh yeah.
And
I'm like, man, no hat. I think I said it to him. I said, don't worry, man, I'm bald too. It's just something stupid like that. We kept it moving, but he was cool, very, very down to earth, and enjoying the games, man. And that's what it's all about, right? You get these games in your an arena, man. What, every 3-4 years, whatever, Ray, and it was awesome, John. Packed top to bottom, Rocky Top. Come on, man. I'm standing on my feet.
It's fun. It's fun when you have the other schools there. Dude, I did the Final Four. The 1 year I worked nights was the Final Four 2017. I have no idea who was in it.
UNC won.
In 2017?
It was the redemption after Villanova. Because it was Villanova, UNC, Villanova, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Well, anyway, in the team hotels are unbelievable. Because was it South Carolina that was in the tournament, both the men's and the women's that year? Because I was at the South Carolina hotel watching a South Carolina women's tournament game. It might have been the semis. It's when they beat UConn. All that I'm telling you is it's one of the top 5 experiences I had watching sports.
Hell yeah.
I didn't pay. I think I bought one drink, and the rest of the time, everybody was buying my drinks. It was so much fun. And that's what it's like when you go to these college games. It's just a collegiate crowd. It really is. Sure, you have a majority of local Philadelphians that are doing it, but you have a very loud minority of the teams that travel.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, we got down really low and right by the UCLA cheerleaders, which I was talking a little bit about the last time that they were in. And
good form.
Oh man, that's that group still one of the best.
Do they have
in
a good
college?
club?
Yeah, they got a great club. Great club. I got beef Googling names. He's like, Cassidy! Like, oh, God.
Are you serious?
Yes. He's nuts. He don't care. He's a single dude. He can do that. Me?
Right. You have to tell him, calm down. Calm down.
Yeah.
South Carolina was in both.
You're right.
So I remember that right. They
lost to Gonzaga in that Final Four.
Okay. I see that.
And that, I think, was Dawn's first title at South Carolina.
And did she beat UConn? There was one crazy game. I know UConn would have had to lose but yeah, like it was watching a women's game and it went down. I think it was pretty sure it was overtime. It was unbelievable.
You just get that fanfare going, man. I remember the one year where San Diego State was in town and that guy who dresses up like the mascot was running around Xfinity Live. He was blowing in the conch shell.
No, Mississippi State beat UConn. And that was Dak Prescott's girlfriend was on the team, right? Or he was behind the bench during the game.
I totally forgot about that entire storyline of that.
They won in overtime, and it ended UConn's streak. And then South Carolina wins. They beat Stanford, and they beat Mississippi State. All I'm telling you is that I was in town working for the Final Four for the men's, and I ended up watching that game in the team hotel of South Carolina. It was unbelievable. It was such a great time. And I also went to the Oregon team hotel as well for something, one of their games or for something.
They lost to Villanova on that stretch, I think. That was that other Final Four game.
Yep. All right, coming up, YouTube chat recap and everything else that's coming up next. And Mad Mike's on the line. I know people have been holding for Mad Mike to see if he calls. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, but fellas, opening day is here. The crack of the bat, fresh cut grass, hope, is back in the air. And the last thing you want is to strike out when it matters most at home. Well, don't sweat it. Blue Chew Gold just got called up into the big leagues, and it's an absolute difference maker. Blue Chew just leveled up with Blue Chew Gold, a 4-in-1 upgrade built for your mind, your body, and even your soul. We're talking confidence, focus, and showing up like a cleanup hitter with the game on the line. The tablet will dissolve under your tongue in as little under 15 minutes, so no long rain delays, no stuck in the dugout, just straight to first pitch. And when it's go time, you're not just making contact. No, you're sending one deep. We're talking walk-off vibes, rounding the bases, crowd on its feet, opening day magic, boys. Blue Chew Gold, upgrade your game today. I got my package last week, black envelope, very general packaging. Nobody knows what's being shipped to your office or your home. Quick as well. Place my order on a Monday, got it by Thursday, ready to roll for the weekend. Fellas, listen up. You can upgrade your performance and discover your options today at BlueChew.com. And listen to this. We got a special deal for all of our listeners. You can get 10% off your first month of Blue Chew Gold with code YES. That's promo code YES. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information, and bring home the gold with Blue Chew Gold.
Hit in the air to left field, pretty well hit. Sosa's getting a chance, over toward the corner, toward the wall, and he reaches up, and he made the catch! Oh, like Spider-Man! Edmundo Sosa!
There you go, Tom McCarthy. Do you remember that one?
I do.
I remember that catch.
Yeah.
And then he was terrible after that.
Then him and Rojas miscommunicated. The ball dropped between them. But it was maybe one of the great moments between Mike and Bill that Sosa makes that catch because, Mike, no way he could play left field. And then he makes that play to open up the game. And my jaw dropped of like, oh my God, Billy Baseball's going to score a point here. And then
Billy Baseball.
Sosa.
He never played left again after that.
Yeah.
Because I was definitely put him in left, he's fine. He'll do it. He's an elite defensive infielder. Why couldn't he play left field?
All right, but to be clear on this one, Rojas, you're the center fielder, man. It's your job to command the outfield. Tell the guy who's never played outfield before what to do.
No, you're right. All those balls are his ball, but still, I don't know if he needs to be playing left.
No, he doesn't. The 26-man roster, very light outfielder-wise.
Yeah, because you have the utility player that I guess can go out there in a pinch.
I guess Dylan Moore or Edmundo Sosa in a pinch is out there.
Well, there's only one extra outfielder.
Right. It's the platoon mate. It's Marsh, Kemp, and left. Center field is Crawford's. Right field is Garcia. If you need help in center, there goes Marsh over there.
Well, I think for the first time, you don't feel like that you need. Well, Castellanos wouldn't be replaced anyway. He wouldn't let you. But your starting outfield is going to be who your starters are, unless it's Otto Kemp and left, and then Marsh would come in to finish off the game. But yeah, Garcia gives you a huge upgrade. By the way, so Zach Wheeler did. So it wasn't an actual game; it was a simulated game.
Yeah.
And by all indications, he was fantastic. Velocity was there. I guess he in the second. So he pitched 2 innings against minor league batters, and there was a catcher, and the catcher called balls and strikes. But the second inning, he ramped it up. I think he threw 29 pitches total. We had Jim Salsbury on earlier in the show, and he had said that end of April isn't out of the question if there's no setbacks.
Wild.
Because I said mid-May, and he said, before that.
Yeah.
So
the Kentucky Derby was brought up.
He said before the Kentucky Derby.
Which I'm always a fan of.
Yeah, I just didn't know what the date was.
I think it's always the first Saturday of May. The Kentucky Derby. I can hear the bugles in my mind right now.
See, a lot of people, how they feel about the Masters is how I feel about the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah?
Watching that makes me feel good.
Oh, okay.
Watching the Masters does not make me feel good.
Oh, come on, man.
The azalea. Oh,
yes,
the azalea.
The patrons.
Oh.
Yes.
The patrons.
The patrons.
What are the other terms? The amen corner?
Yeah, all sorts of nonsense. But it is a beautiful course. And, of course, it does have that vibe of like, all right, better weather is on the horizon. Golf season's here, at least for me.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Warm and fuzzy.
YouTube chat recap coming up. Mad Mike's checking in. Hi, Mad Mike. How are you?
Hey, how are you doing today, guys?
Hey, Sunshine. How are you?
Speaking of warm and
Sean,
fuzzy.
you sounded like Chris Farley interviewing Paul McCartney when you were talking about your meeting with Mannion at the. You were probably like, "Oh, you're bald, not bald. That's pretty cool."
I did say that. Something along those lines. It was
first of all,
very similar to that. What you're pointing out. You're right.
How much you want to bet it was just some tall dude that went over, like, somebody who thought I was the Eagles?
Mad Mike, I was worried. I was worried when John wasn't picking up on it, but no, Ray signed off on it, so I'm comfortable saying that.
It's him.
Yeah,
you liked my picture.
Yeah.
Ray's trying to get off on it.
He's like, do I look like the Eagles' de facto new head coach because the other guy's just a moron?
I'm telling you,
it's him.
It was him.
It doesn't look like his picture from when he was a player because he shaved his head, but he had a receding hairline, and he said, "The hell with that." It's absolutely his face.
Also,
yes.
The real reason why I called, I just wanted to make fun of our fraud quarterback throwing pick sixes in a flag football game. Still can't read a defense even in flag football. What a moron!
Stop.
Had a couple of nice connections to Devontae, though.
Yeah, against the YouTuber. Awesome. Yeah, it's going to be a real good season this year, guys. I'm sure he's going to go for 4,000 yards. What a fraud.
Well,
you suck.
I don't know about 4,000. Thank you, Matt Mike. I don't think he's going to throw for 4,000 yards, but against the YouTuber.
The YouTuber. That's what's out there. I don't know, man. Like I guess it's for this big scheme of 2028 flag football coming to the Olympics, whatever it is. But
yeah, we just talked about Mannion. Now we're talking about Jalen Hurts. Did you ask Mannion if he thinks Hurts sucks? Like, hey, what do you think of that quarterback?
I was going
to ask Jalen guy.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to ask him about hitches. I was going to draw up a play. Go all Gruden. What do you think about this in 3rd and 5? Where are you going to go with that?
All right. So can you play the laugh track? Because you've done it a couple times, but we didn't introduce it. So we have the laugh.
That's good. That's good.
That's Sean. That's Sean and Tom McCarthy.
Yeah.
Play it again.
That's
it's ridiculous. It makes me feel good that I told a funny joke.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
I just said that so if you saw the TV call of whatever game that was, the St. Louis game, his broadcast partner was walking all over every call that he made in the last minute of the game.
Yeah.
And Tom handled it great, of course, and it was with enthusiasm, so it wasn't completely annoying. But Chris Wheeler, when the Phillies won the World Series in 2008, he was quiet, so he let Harry have his call, which you're supposed to do, right? You're a play-by-play guy.
Right.
You would agree. You're supposed to allow him to make the call, and then you get involved.
We've gone to a generation of in the background.
Well, Kruk does that.
We're not going back. Everyone does it.
But Kruk does it in the beginning. Larry Anderson gives he'll give a lot of grunts, which works with the call.
It's funny because of that Kentucky game winner. They were stepping on each other in the booth on TV. Radio, Westwood won. Nope. Clean.
Well, I had said that that your broadcast partner didn't go to the Chris Wheeler School of Broadcasting, and that's the response.
That's good. And then I said, Garcia was going to hit 80 bombs, and that's all I got. I just got that one.
That's not bad.
It was a good chuckle.
All right, YouTube chat recap, Ray.
It's time for the YouTube chat recap.
How about filling us in? Let me tell you something else, man.
Watch us live on YouTube every single weekday.
I can't lie. Let me tell you something.
It's the Middays with Marks YouTube chat recap.
Hit me.
I like Garcia in the 4 spot. I'd rather have a strikeout than a double play there. MBD from the YouTube chat.
Yeah, if he's batting cleanup, it means he's really hot, and it'd be a good thing. You may see him in cleanup at some point this year. Why not if he's hot? Just know that his on-base percentage was 283 and 284, I think, the last 2 years. You know what that means? He's going up there swinging. So be careful what you wish for. I don't know. I mean, Bohm's a better hitter, but I hear you. All right, go ahead.
That News at Noon opener sounded like a poor 80s Radio Shack commercial. If Bayless from the YouTube chat...
There's not a lot of great Mentos audio.
Yeah, no.
That's the instrumental.
It was good, though. It was good.
I did the best I could.
Yeah, that's
made me laugh.
Radio Shack, good plug there, though. Are they still around?
No. Well, I think there's still 1 or 2. But I used to go to Woolgrove Mall, the Radio Shack, if I needed something.
Yeah, you never would, say I'm going out. You could still, they still got a website, but they were always in malls, and that's where you would always find yourself.
For sure.
Yep.
All right, what's next?
Saying Ray's name and bring the juice in the same sentence, the jokes write themselves. Tommy John from the YouTube chat.
Such a good laugh.
So stupid.
When they reached its peak in 1999, Radio Shack had 8,000 stores.
Wow. It's pretty good.
5 to 6 remain.
Oh, man.
I don't know why they wouldn't know if it's 5 or 6, but it says 5 or 6.
One's teetering.
And
We're
why?
not sure whether or not it's staying in business.
It's Radio Shack, but it's not. It's SHAK.
Why are you hanging on to Radio Shacks, too? They just get rid of them.
Does Blockbuster outlast them? 1 Blockbuster left, just 5 or 6 Radio Shacks.
I feel like that Blockbuster will be there no matter what, even if they're losing money.
I mean, I took a picture in front of it when I was out in Oregon.
Right.
I didn't buy anything from it, so that's not helping their business.
All right, what's next?
McCain was the 16th pick in the draft and probably played into a top 10 pick value-wise. Getting a late first-round pick from Houston just feels like selling way low. Neil from the YouTube chat.
Yeah, I mean, I that's what I'm saying. Like, if he really believes that they got high value, great value on him, I don't know what he's talking about. Again, I remember what he looked like in the beginning of his rookie year. He was the front runner for Rookie of the Year. Then he got hurt. All right, give me more.
Trading McCain for peanuts is the second worst move, behind not signing Jimmy Butler in my lifetime. Maury is clueless. We got fleeced by the Thunder. We are their farm team. Jimmy from Philly.
I don't have time to talk about the Butler thing. He didn't want to come back because of Ben Simmons. In hindsight, it's easy to say that you were going to get rid of Ben Simmons.
And Brett. And the way the team.
Brett. Yeah, Jimmy was something.
Yeah.
So, but
Well,
McCain, that was a bad move.
I will be on tonight following the Sixers. And,
You will be.
Yeah, we're going to be.
Post-game on
Yeah,
YouTube.
myself, Sam, and Sean. Yep, three-headed monster.
All right, so check it out. Coming up next are the guys, Rigo Batalgo, Bill Colarulos.
Now,